Happy Friday. Yay! It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1. I'm your old pal, AJ. Right here to my left, welcome back, Mr. Rob Thompson!
I'm glad to be here for my second Friday of the week. I've decided I'm not going to work Thursdays for the rest of the year. I'm just going to.
Well, that's great. Great news.
Just going to let you know.
Great news for me.
I realized this morning it's like my second Friday of the week.
I know. Must be nice.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Lovely. I'm well rested. Look at me. I'm glowing, aren't I, Vic?
Yeah.
Aren't I? I tried to look so good for you this morning,
Yeah,
Vic.
he was spiffy and
I'm slicked up.
Rob's pregnant. That's what happened.
Well,
look at me.
I'm just glowing.
stop
My
smiling.
hair's never looked better. My nails look
Rob's
good.
pregnant.
My ankles are a little wide, but other than that, I have to pee every 15 minutes. I might be pregnant.
You might be
you
pregnant.
might be.
I think I'm actually pregnant.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations.
Wonder when I'm due.
I wonder who the father is.
Me too. I'm giving birth.
Because you're walking around pretty well.
The irony of this is it would be the second coming. There's a whole bunch of church people be shocked at this one.
Oh, well.
God, she had a plan.
I'm glad I wasn't around for the first coming, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, God.
Oh. Hey.
God, she has a plan, and it's going to be a man giving birth. That'll shock the right out of
man birth.
Man birth.
Oh,
and we will
man.
call him Todd.
What'd you do? What'd you do with your day off?
Dude, what did I do?
What time did you sleep till?
Oh, 10, 15.
Oh,
I slept
man.
in. The only thing that got me up was the dogs. But I stayed up really late. I was watching a movie, and then I watched the Spurs game late. I partied like it was Friday on Wednesday night.
What?
Well, I mean, I did. I stayed up late. I probably didn't go to bed till like 2.
Were you drinking?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Because I remember, over the weekend, you were like, man, I drank too much this weekend. And
I did.
2 days later, you're like, oh, I'm still not quite recovered.
Seriously.
So as soon as you got recovered, you're like, I'm going to do it again.
Well, I didn't drink heavily, but I drank more than normal. I did.
Rob's like, as soon as I'm not hungover, I'm getting drunk again.
Yes, I did. It's hair of the dog. But so I got my Earl changed. Did a fair amount of lawn work, but I always do that on Thursdays. I got a lot done.
Did you get rid of your dog?
No, the dog will hang around for a minute, but I am headed up to Austin today. I'm taking stuff up. We're going to transition the dog in.
Okay.
Over the next couple of weeks. But
so are you going to take the dog with you today and let him see the place and stuff?
You know what? I don't think so because we're taking so much stuff. I don't think there's room.
Okay.
We're taking tables and desks and chairs and stuff like that. But Sensei is not long for San Antonio. He will be transitioning here in the next couple of weeks. And
Now, when you say transition,
he'll be moving.
I'm moving to Austin and I'm transitioning.
He was transitioned about at 6 months, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He's somewhere in between and always has been. So
he's got fake boobs and everything.
Yeah, well, we let him live his life. Whatever makes him happy. Some days it's fake. Some days, he's butch. Sometimes he's tough.
He wears a wig. It's what a crazy dog.
Oh, wow.
Well,
what a crazy dog.
I have another dog on the property. It's my father's dog, and she's a Great Pyrenees. And Sensei is my son's dog, but he's a boxer lab pit mix. Boy, he's about 140 pounds. Yeah. Big old dog. But he's been fixed. Always has been. The Pyrenees, she hasn't. And right now she's in estrus.
Oh.
So
why is your Pyrenees not fixed?
My father has bred her once.
Okay, but now
she's a pure. She's
now old enough to
Yeah, she needs to be taken care of. I didn't know. I thought she was too old. I didn't know she would still be eager to breed, but because she's upwards of 8.
Yeah, you're not going to breed an 8-year-old dog.
No,
obviously.
she hadn't had puppies in 6 years. It's been a minute. So, but anyway, she's in heat right now, and will not leave Sensei alone. Oh, she flirts with him, comes out and stands in front of him, and it is so funny to watch a dog flirt. She is
farting her musk out at him.
She is just on him, and he has a vague sense. Oh, she is she's a smiler. You ever had a dog that smiles, but it looks like she's about to attack? I never have,
but yours is funny.
She grins, and she's got horrifying yellow fangs. And she runs up to him and smiles at him and wiggles in front of him. I'm like, this is just sad. This is just sad. Have some respect for yourself.
Get him drunk.
And Sensei has this vague idea of you harlot. I had no idea. And she's up haunching up around on Sensei thinks he needs to do something, but he just doesn't quite know what.
Yeah.
You know, so he's jumping on her like, I feel like I should. I just don't know what.
Yeah.
So it's
Isn't the dog's doing this?
Well,
Come on.
yeah, I don't know which way Sensei swings. I don't know. But this is Bella in front of him.
Yeah.
I would. Would you?
Yeah.
I would.
I would
So hard. It's disturbing. See why you get the hose put on you. Oh,
Right? Did you put the hose on?
I should. Man, and last night, and she comes running up in the dark like, hello, sailor. Have some respect for yourself, girl.
Hey.
Hello, sailor.
Oh, that's funny. Well. What a world. That's why that's why Rob's not taking that dog to Austin. He's like, I want him to become a man first.
Yeah.
He's jumping on her, but he's jumping sideways. He's like, dude, what are you doing?
Humping her rib cage.
That's basically what he's doing. Like, I have a vague idea something's supposed to happen.
Like that?
I honestly don't know. I never had the talk.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
No one ever told me.
You never told the dog?
Well, the dog's dad is gone all the time. He's got an absentee father. How's he supposed to learn?
I know, he hasn't learned anything. It's kind of embarrassing.
How's
But he's
he
got a
supposed
pro to work
learn?
with, evidently. She might teach him the ways, evidently.
Well, it's
Hello, Sensei.
Hello, friend.
Hello.
You're looking
Handsome.
mighty
Going
handsome
my
today.
way.
I hear you're leaving town soon.
What? We haven't told him. What? I am?
Oh, well, good for you. Sounds like a lot going on at the Thompson
It was a full day on
house.
Friday. We got Spurs games. Got the
We
Aggies back to
do.
work.
Oh, yes.
We haven't talked since the Laker game.
No. Oh, what a
It's
painful,
like watching a wrestling match.
painful defeat. It was like watching a wrestling match,
Yeah.
except it's one of those ones where at the end the Lakers started shaking their head and they hulked up and started shaking the ropes, and the Spurs were like, "What? What?" And then they gave him the big boot and the big leg drop, and that was it.
Well, then they had the fake almost when Smart crosses
Yeah.
the line, like, not quite. Don't go home. Not quite. No, it was a J.J. Redick did a good job as far as how do you attack a young team.
Yeah. And are you concerned?
Yes. Yeah.
2 games in a row,
Yeah.
it seems like the word is out on how to slow Wemby down.
Put somebody little, make him dribble.
And I was saying, man, double teams and rotations on Wemby have just been perfect the last 2 games.
What do you expect?
And now you face a team that actually has some size that they can throw at him.
3 straight is entirely possible.
The Rockets are huge. They are huge.
biggest
Everybody on that team is big.
So losing 3 straight is entirely possible. There's lots of excuses, but the way they played 2 straight games does need, and this is coaching. You're going to have to figure your way through it, and you're going to get tougher, guys, because the book is out. If we punk you, you will fold. That's the book until you prove them otherwise.
Well, and also, please, De'Aaron Fox, come on, dude.
That's one of the excuses. I mean, I understand we don't got a point guard. God bless you, Stephen. The number of turnovers
It's painful and that's the thing. Wemby is going to have his turnovers, and like you can almost accept it.
Sins of commission. Yes.
You can almost say, okay, the dude's going to handle the ball so much, he's going to have. On a bad night, it might be 5 or 6 turnovers.
On a
and
good night,
that
3.
Sucks.
But
he's going to turn the ball over. But the guy that's in charge of the basketball cannot have 5 or 6 turnovers. It's just it's a recipe for death. And
I'm not mad at you.
It feels like that. I mean, I'm not mad
stop
at it.
But quit it.
But what's the alternative is the question.
Yeah.
So,
salute.
Excuse me. So hopefully De'Aaron Fox, I don't know what the status is for tonight, but hopefully he's back sooner than later, because I talked to Jason Garrett yesterday, Dr. Garrett, on the program, and he was saying that, our big concern about calves turning into Achilles, he's like, it's really kind of a new phenomenon.
Yeah.
And he's like, it hasn't always been that way. So he's like, I'm not sure that like suddenly the human body's just changed.
There's not a causation. There's just a coincidence.
He's like, it's a bad run of luck is basically what it is. So he's like, it's obviously you want to make sure you're fully healed before you come back. And you could make an argument that both KD and Tyrese Halliburton were trying to rush back because they were in a playoff situation and they needed to be out on the floor, so their options were limited. There's no rush.
And in fact, in the highest echelon of the Spurs, I don't think they're all that upset that one leaves and one steps in.
Yeah.
Now, it's all on you to get into the offense. There's nobody coming to take some minutes. You got a month while the other kid gets better because we know he's capable. So it kind of makes Mitch's job just a little bit easier. The rotation's a little bit tighter, and De'Aaron gets more minutes.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk some more Spurs a little bit later on in the show. I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit here. We are unsure whether or not we should expect Coach Brian Schottenheimer today.
For a couple of reasons.
Yeah, he is on our schedule. So, like, the Cowboys send us a schedule at the beginning of the year and say, these are the days that you're going to have Coach. Today is one of the days we're supposed to have Coach. But it's a bye week, and Rob said in our history we've never had the coach on a bye week. And, obviously, the news out of Dallas yesterday – I don't know if Coach is talking or not. So we're going to play it by ear, and if we've got him, we've got him.
Right.
And if we don't, well, we don't. These are it's us kind of just at the mercy of them. We'll probably find out if the fan has him.
Yeah, that'll be our first clue.
We'll have an idea.
And even if they do have him, it still doesn't mean we'd get him. Yeah, I would think the expectation would be both, but this is such a crazy situation.
I'd be so angry.
I don't know how I even talk football with him. I don't know how today, knowing there's not even a game, and this is kind of uncharted territory for most of the people involved with this.
Yeah,
I don't know where the beginning of your life is and how long you sit back.
Yeah, we haven't. I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this. That happened yesterday, or it came out yesterday during our show. So we'll talk about that coming up next. I got to tell you about Blue Star Tequila. Oh yes, it's the weekend, and you know what the weekend means?
It starts on Wednesday nights.
Yes! It is time to break out the good stuff, and the good stuff, my friends, is Blue Star Tequila. And the good stuff doesn't necessarily mean the most expensive stuff. Blue Star proved that. At the New York Spirits competition where they won Best in Class, the Añejo did. And what Best in Class is every tequila in the competition was on a table, and Blue Star's Añejo, they picked that one and said, you know what, this is the best tequila on the table. Now, when I say that, I'm talking about on that table were $800,000, $900,000 bottles of tequila. Blue Star was, in fact, the least expensive bottle on the table, and it won the whole damn enchilada. That's what we're looking for, baby. The good stuff at a good price. And Blue Star Tequila provides that. 100% additive free. You're not getting any of the extra stuff. It's unfiltered, so there's nothing added and nothing taken away. All you're getting is the good stuff. The night harvested agave, the world's first 100% night harvested agave tequila. And I didn't think that meant anything before. They told me it's just better for the plant, and it makes for better tequila. And after trying it, I'm down with that. I believe them. Find Blue Star Tequila at Specs, Costco, Alamo City Liquor, and Total Wine. Try it out. If you haven't yet, you're missing out. That's Blue Star Tequila.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Happy Friday as you get into your early morning commute. This road work on 35 southbound, that's causing some heavy delays. Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard. Almost a 30-minute ride now. The roadway is reduced to one lane. You're going to start to slow down right around Olympia Parkway. On 410 eastbound Starcrest to Austin Highway, road work left lane. A little bit of a delay from Harry Wurzbach. And then we do have that stall at 281 northbound Bassey that's off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number is 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you'll find everything you need for the holidays, all for under $35. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
But I didn't do anything. That's what I spend my week saying, exactly those words to the powers that be. People get mad. People get angry. Like when your girlfriend found out that you were screwing her babysitter, JD, did she get mad? She never found out, John. No. Until just now. Good morning, girlfriend.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit biglou.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to SASportsStar.com now and register to win. SASportsStar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Yeah!
Well, this reminds me of Lubbock, Texas. And Lubbock's cooking this weekend.
Oh, yeah. They got a big one going there.
I saw these guys in Lubbock, Texas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 1984 on this tour.
Nice. This is U2, right?
Yeah, U2.
Yeah.
U2 with a little Jack Daniels added.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
You know, as I've gotten further away, I've appreciated David Van Halen. David. I've appreciated Van Halen as a band more. But David Lee Roth, I like him more now than I did back then.
Oh, yeah.
He annoyed the fool out of me back then. But
I also
now I like him.
I love Van Halen, and I don't care who was singing.
Pretty much.
I like.
Yeah.
So people are like, I like Van Halen, not Van Hagar. I'm like,
Van Hagar was fine with me.
That's fine with me. They're still rocking out.
Now
it was different, but they were still rocking.
Hagar on his own got a little silly. But,
yeah. But I'm not gonna disparage Samuel Hagar.
Yeah,
he's a fun guy.
I'm down with 3 Lock Box.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell that was. This is one of those great road trips. If you're taking a road trip, if you don't have any Van Halen for the long, dusty highway, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah, probably when I go when I do my West Texas run of my barbecue tour, I'll just have a Van Halen playlist.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
1984 Panama,
That's
get
right.
something like that. Oh boy, that's a road trip song.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be able to see the horizon, see the curve of the earth.
That's what he's talking about when I've been to the edge. Yep. All right, switching gears. Sad story yesterday out of Dallas. When I first saw it, I didn't even believe it was true.
Every
we had to double
with
check,
every bit of more news, I go, no way.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
And Marshawn Nealon passed away yesterday. 24. Well, I guess the news came out yesterday. He passed away the night before.
Mm-hmm.
The news came out that it was indeed a suicide. And it was there was like a police chase, and he got away, and then he crashed and then took his own life. And it was kind of known that Marshawn Nealon had a history of mental illness, I guess is the best way to put it. Depression, something.
It's mental illness.
And it's very, very unfortunate. So basically, they found his car crashed, and then the people who loved him got a text, and they found him in the woods. It's a terrible thing. They found him with like a canine unit, which is crazy. I don't, listen, I don't pretend to know like what was going on in this guy's life, but hopefully everybody takes a lesson from this, that just because you're a dude who's making millions of dollars and you got what other people think is the life doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case. This is it's a pretty terrible thing that's happening. The Cowboys are no stranger to these kind of tragedies.
It's sad that
we talked about yesterday. I talked about Jerry Brown, when his teammate was driving him, and then obviously a few years ago, their their strength coach died like the day before the game.
We've had that. We've had the collapse of the practice facility.
Yeah.
We've had former player 2-A. We've had some.
Yeah.
We've had tragedy in the building before, and this one is so remarkably bad. You juxtapose what we saw on Monday night. The kid was at the highest he'd ever been, scored a touchdown on national TV, and 4 days later is in a suicidal.
Yeah.
It just. My daddy always said, "Don't try to make sense out of nonsense. Don't try to make sense out of it." It's just so tragic all the way around. It's awful.
I said this yesterday, and I mean, maybe in the end of the day, this is small potatoes, but this is, I mean, how lucky are the Cowboys that they have a bye this week? Because can you imagine trying to prepare to play a football game on Sunday?
It's uncharted territory, and because even though you've been through it before, you haven't been through this,
right?
So I don't know what you do, and I would, thank goodness they don't have to. Thank goodness this is a bridge they do not have to cross, because I can't imagine. And right now there's sadness. The true depth of things is when you show up to the locker room and that locker room is empty. The true depth is when you're in the huddle and you look over and he ain't there.
Yeah.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing. So I hope that I looked up the code here. I know 988 is like the United States thing.
You're talking about from the
suicide
call?
hotline, yeah.
Right.
1-800-273-TALK for here in San Antonio, or just dial 988 if you're having suicidal thoughts. Terrible thing. And I don't think that. I mean, sometimes you can talk to somebody and it doesn't really matter. Like some people, it's just their mind's made up and they feel like something's going wrong.
Give talking a chance. It's just terrible.
Yeah,
just awful. And with the history, and you don't know what has transpired recently in the past. What obviously he'd had a history. The family was very concerned. I don't know if this was the first attempt.
Yeah,
but he did tell a lot of people he was going to do it.
Yeah.
And they had every reason to believe it was going to, and they called the police. So the more will come out from this. But in every side, there is no right answer, just other than find your peace and hug the people close to you.
Yep. And we haven't even really because obviously that story is so delicate. We haven't even really talked about the fact
loss.
That the football side of it. Like,
yeah,
dude, this is already a defense that is struggling, and now you lose one of the guys that was young and maybe had some promise to him.
Yeah,
it's a huge disappointment on a football level, much less a personal one. So this it is a disastrous situation, tragedy, and yeah, man, I hope that anybody who's having those thoughts, it will give 988 a try and just talk to people about it. All right, let's take a break. When we come back. Rob, we got to have a real conversation about the Denver Broncos.
We are what our record says we
got to
are.
stop
What
saying
happened,
that.
right?
We got to stop saying that.
6-2, baby.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Happy Friday as you get into your early morning commute. This road work on 35 southbound, that's causing some heavy delays. Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard. Almost a 30-minute ride now. The roadway is reduced to one lane. You're going to start to slow down right around Olympia Parkway. On 410 eastbound Starcrest to Austin, highway road work left lane. A little bit of a delay from Harry Wurzbach. And then we do have that stall at 281 northbound Bassey that's off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. That number is 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Sliders.
Eli Manning here. There's nothing like football and King's Hawaiian Sliders. There's something about those soft, fluffy, irresistible King's Hawaiian Sliders that make them a winner on game day. Pick some up this weekend in the bakery or deli section of your grocery store. King's Hawaiian. There's nothing like it.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's back, just in time for the holidays, the UTSA Roadrunners Holiday Auction. Bid on over 100 incredible items, including gift cards, electronics, trips, and much, much more. Imagine doing all your Christmas shopping without the hassle of holiday crowds. Best of all auction proceeds directly benefit the Roadrunners football program. It's a true win-win opportunity. Go to 210cityfans.org and start bidding today. That's 210cityfans.org, and Merry Christmas.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
George Gets Justice. You've heard the national lawyer ads. Same story, different name. But when you've been through something traumatic in San Antonio, you need a local team who fights for real results. That's why so many get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George is from here, listens to people, and fights to help them get their maximum compensation. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George Gets Justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-656-1551. That's 800-656-1551.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is a Football Friday, and we're going to be out at a high school football stadium, Harlandale Memorial.
Yeah, getting ready for the Frontier Bowl coming up, and obviously a big weekend for Texas A&M. We'll talk Aggie football with the voice.
And we'll get you ready for the Emirates Cup game between the Spurs and the Rockets.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL lives right here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You say those naughty words. I heard what she said. I can't believe anyone would talk like that, but you're hot, then you're cold, you're yes, then you're no. Hot, then you're cold, you're yes, then you're no. You're up, then you're out. You're up, then you're down.
What happened to her?
What do you mean?
All she does is judge talent shows now? I mean, has she? Well, I'm not mad at her, but has she released any music lately?
I don't know.
I mean, she's a star. I mean, she's a star for being a star now. She's a talk show, game show.
Yeah,
kind of star for being a star person now.
Let's see her last release.
I think it was 2013, maybe.
Oh, that can't be.
It's been a minute, man.
If it is, then I mean
2020.
Okay, that's still a long ass time.
So she's kind of, like I said, resting on her laurels, but nothing wrong with that.
No, that it.
Has she had you can always tell them that.
Or is it newer?
2024.
Okay.
She had an album called 143.
It just didn't quite hit.
That 143 is code for I love you.
Oh.
That's right.
Well,
yeah.
you can always tell when it's done when they do the Vegas residency. At that point, they're like, yeah, we're going to rest on the laurels.
Yeah. That's it.
And we're going to carry on to the end.
Yeah, it did not do all that well. So, and there wasn't like a big hit that came off of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Roar was the biggest one, I think.
Oh, no, well, I Kissed a Girl was her biggest hit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But Roar was pretty good.
Roar was and California Girls was a big one too. They're undeniable. And then Baby You're a Firework.
That's the one. That's the anthem.
Last Friday. She has a lot of hits, man.
Yeah.
She's a hit maker,
She
I'll
could
tell
do
you
the
that
residency.
much.
She could maybe a.
But Roar is my favorite for sure.
Oh.
That's the best. And then Dark Horse, she made that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? I think once you do a Christmas album, that's when you.
You've made it at that point.
Yeah.
Once
That's
they
when you're
ask
just
you to
chilling.
do that, they're like, well, you signed a 5-record deal and you've run out of music, so that fifth one, they're like, just do a
Right.
Christmas record. Just
Now,
do one.
all right.
That'll sell a few every year
now's
for the
the
next
time.
20.
Okay. We got to have a talk about these Denver Broncos.
What's to talk about?
I know you like to say that you are what your record says you are. I hate that concept because you're really not. Like, because there are, I mean, because right now, if the 8-2 Denver Broncos played the 3-5 Baltimore Ravens, I would bet a lot lot of money on the Ravens to win that game.
I would too, but the good news is they don't have to play them.
This team.
So,
Rob, I was watching last night and I was so mad at you because every time I tell you Bo Nick stinks, you're like, he's just like Drew Brees.
Well,
oh my God, Drew Brees would.
He's not Drew Brees, but he's Drew Brees adjacent.
Oh my gosh.
In that,
he's like Drew Brees if Drew Brees wasn't good at football.
The thing about Drew Brees was really good at one thing, and that's the 15-yard gold zone for him.
You know what Bo Nick's really good at? Overthrowing receivers by 6 yards.
Yes, but
throwing
what I'm
balls
saying
in the dirt.
It's not about the delivery of the ball with Knicks as it was with previous iterations of the Sean Payton offense, whether it be Taysom Hill or it be Breeze. The end result is the key, and it's the 7 yards on first down. It's ugly. It doesn't look like it, but it's 6-7 yards on first down. It's hold the ball and let the defense take care of business. It's ugly as hell. And the moment they play a good team, they're going to lose. But that team has a knack for winning because, one, Sean's not going to let them beat themselves. And two, the defense feels like you're playing 12 dudes.
Yeah.
You know, they're little and fast, so you feel like you could bulldoze them if given the opportunity. But dang it, if you give them just a little bit of room, they eat you up. They are the worst good team in football.
Here is their list of victories. The Tennessee Titans, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, yeah.
They did beat the Eagles when they scored 18 points in the fourth quarter to come back and win, which I guess credit. And I don't think a whole lot about the Eagles
storm.
anyway.
Well, that's also a perfect storm thing, but they were there.
Jets, Giants, Cowboys, Texans, in a game that they had to knock C.J. Stroud out, and now the Raiders. These guys are not good.
Well, you can only play who's on your schedule.
I get that. But
I know. But it is inexplicable. You have, to me, this glass is perfectly half full. I mean, they're not good, but they're certainly not bad. And if you don't come ready to play, Sean Payton can do more with less than any NFL coach.
This is the Steelers a couple years ago when they started out 8-0 or whatever it was.
Very much like the Steelers.
I know.
Very much like them.
I'm baby Jesus in the sky. Please let the Bills' first playoff game be against these Denver Broncos. Please.
That's probably where things are headed. But
who's saying the same thing?
Here's the reason it won't. It's because you can only coach for so long. Eventually, the tread comes off the tire, you get an injury, and you can't coach around Jimmys and Joes. At some point, you run out of dudes. And right now, he's doing a lot with a little. You know, but you can't do a lot with less. And so, you know, the tendency is as the season goes on, like the Steelers, you start getting one or two guys hurt, and you can't make up the difference because you're living on the razor's edge anyway.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you lose 2-3 in a row, and then all is lost. So I don't think they're there, but because this defense is that good, but they can't afford to ever be behind the sticks by more than 8 points. You know, if they're behind by more than 2 scores, they're in trouble. Because 2 scores in a quarter, except when lightning strikes against the Giants, they're dead in the water. But, man, there's something in the way that Peyton controls the flow of a game. He just makes you look bad. And I know the Raiders are terrible, but 188 total yards, that's criminal.
Oh. And the crazy thing is the Broncos, like, they're not even getting margin from these terrible teams. Like, they beat the Raiders last night by 3 points. The only reason they got that late field goal is because they blocked a punt at, like, the 10-yard line. They beat the Texans by 3 points. They beat the hell out of the Cowboys. Shocker. They beat the Giants by 1 point. They beat the Jets by 2 points. Like, they are on the skin of their
they don't like embarrassing
They
teams.
could easily be 3-7.
And probably should be. But with every game, I think Nick's at least starts to understand the game. Or no, what is happening right now is Nick's is realizing his limitations. You know, he is now realizing that the film on him says, they're never going to let you do this, man. You're never going to be allowed to throw a 15-yard out. We know your arm ain't strong enough. So they're going to goad you into it. So the film's out on him, and he's allowed to just make things ugly. You know, if it doesn't look good, run. You know, it's as ugly as a football as the NFL can offer at midseason. I mean, this is as good as Denver's going to be. This is them.
And they're like, yeah, we understand our offense isn't where we want it to be right now. It didn't look good tonight. Dude, your offense stinks.
This is it.
Period.
This is as good as it's going to be. Don't end every drive with a kick and a punt ain't bad. And let this defense just keep hammering at you, and eventually they're going to block a punt. Eventually they're going to get a strip sack. Eventually they're going to do something to get you in a situation to get that 4 points you need to win the game.
I just looked up my the odds for next week, Kansas City at Denver. Kansas City's a 1-point favorite at Denver. I think I'm betting my kid's college fund on the Chiefs next week. It's like, you cannot trick me into thinking this is a good football team. I refuse, and I know the defense looks good. Yeah, the defense looks great when you're playing against Geno Smith and Davis Mills and Justin Fields. Yeah, defense looks awesome.
Well, you better get that 1 point today.
Yeah,
it ain't going to be 1 point. It's going to be 4 by kickoff.
What a crazy this is and God, that's not even getting into the Raiders, who are just dreadful.
And that's really the conversation that needs to be had, is that appeared, and it was certainly made very apparent by those that were calling the football game, that this team is out of date. The offense is out of date. Chip Kelly's out of date. Defense is out of date. Quarterback's out of date. Everything felt out of date.
Bad. They kept saying, boy, I'd probably try to work the ball to Brock Bowers.
You'd think.
Yeah, I would too, but Geno Smith can't get the ball anywhere. Geno Smith is awful, and the backup's Kenny Pickett. Oh, there's no answer for the Raiders are a sad sack right now.
I think I don't think Carroll survives. He'll make through the year, and I think that he will step away from the game and under a little bit of pressure, because they do look flat, out of date.
I think it is very dependent on what kind of quarterback he gets in this offseason.
No, I'd absolutely agree with that, because it can't be Geno again.
I think he realizes this ain't good enough. But you see, like, you saw some flashes of Ashton Genty yesterday, and you go, oh, this guy might be a player.
He is a player.
I mean, Brock Bowers, we saw last week what he can do.
But that's about, I mean, and they got 4 or 5 dudes that you go, we can build here, but are we building the right kind of thing for this day and age is the question.
Their offensive line is dreadful. And, I mean, they get – as much as Geno Smith sucks, I don't think anybody's winning behind that offensive line. It's that kind of bad.
Well, they don't give him a chance. But they don't even have an offense that would give you a chance.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to look for. I just know that this just feels like an offense that probably was really effective in 2008.
Just a pathetic game last night. Hopefully.
And the 3 high safeties, stop that. I mean, a college junior can pick that apart now. That's old fashioned.
I don't want
Stop that.
any more Broncos.
Anybody who's played any kind of Madden goes, I could kick this defense's ass.
No more Broncos, no more Raiders on primetime, please. I don't want this anymore. This was bad football. All right, let's take a break. I got to ask you. I've got an event this weekend that I've got to ask you about, Rob. We'll do that coming up next. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The PorkRinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, Have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Ah, yes. Hey, so I'll pull back the curtain here. I'm actually leaving the show a little early today.
You got a hall pass?
Yeah, I got a hall pass. I'm headed up to North Texas for a wedding. But first of all, let me preface this by I hate weddings. I really do.
Why? Weddings are a joyous. I love weddings.
I don't like it. Because I always have like anxiety about when can I leave? Like I don't.
That's me.
I don't know. I mean I
would be a wedding crasher. I'd go to wedding every week.
Oh, my
really?
Yeah, I love a wedding. I love a good reception. Always in a good mood. The food's normally at least adequate.
Yeah, but you got to talk to people that you don't really want to talk to.
Oh man, be like a wedding crasher. Just make
like to talk to everybody.
Yeah,
That's
man,
the difference between us.
You never know who you're gonna meet.
I don't like to talk to people. You want to talk to everybody. That makes it way easier for you than me.
I think the wedding thing springs from when I was a younger man. If you were going to a wedding, it was fish in a barrel.
Yeah,
you got invited to a wedding, it was going to be a good night.
I'm going with my wife.
It means
there's only one fish in my barrel.
Well, everybody needs a road win, so you're headed for a road win here. So look forward to it.
But so this is my thought though. It's a 4 p.m. wedding.
That's odd. 4 p.m.
on a Friday.
Is this a JP wedding? Like you meeting at the courthouse?
No.
Okay.
And I've got some weird stuff here. The invitation says semi-formal dress.
Well, that would mean you got to wear a jacket.
I'm not wearing a jacket.
Well, the rules
to
are.
a 4 p.m. wedding on a Friday.
That's an odd request. I know weddings are expensive, and I know Friday is a very good alternative. In fact, as I'm involved, at least as an angel investor in a wedding, and we're doing Friday
because what I found is semi-formal and dressy casual.
That's different.
No, they're interchangeable.
Well, not according to Emily Post.
Oh, well, according to the internet, they're interchangeable. Dressy casual and semi-formal are interchangeable.
You start looking at laces and ties, and
I'm not wearing a tie. I'm not wearing a jacket. I'm not going to do it.
That would be Texas casual.
That's what I'm going with.
Texas formal. Well, Texas formal, I do believe you'd have a jacket on, but you don't have to have a tie
or a bolo tie, maybe.
You could have a bolo, but if you're going to go Texas formal, you better have shiny boots on.
I'm going to have shiny boots on, but yeah, I don't.
See, this is one of the great things about being from San Antonio, is because I can go other places and just put on like a dressy Wayubera, like a really nice one, and go, hey, I'm from San Antonio. This is. And everybody's like, look at him. He's so ethnic.
The other thing is, where it says what they're serving for dinner, pizza, breadsticks, and salad. I'm not wearing a jacket and a tie if it's pizza. I'm not mad at pizza. I'm just not wearing a jacket.
That's the first.
This is the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story.
eBay.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Bob, do you have a Mike Tyson impersonation?
Sounds like Kitty from South Park.
Yeah, I know.
Like, who is this?
Truman Capote? Truman Capote. That's possibly the worst Mike Tyson impersonation.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Progressive knows road trips without your pet can be tough.
Hi, this is Next Stop Dog Boarding.
Hi, it's Scott again. How's Squeaks doing? You can tell if he's stressed by his eyebrows. Oh, and his breathing should sound like this.
Scott, Squeaks is exactly the same as last time you called.
Okay, let's talk in 20 to see if anything's changed.
With Progressive, your pet is covered up to $1,000 in vet bills in case of a car accident. So next time, you can take your pet with you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and subject to policy terms.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya Guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit Tremfya.com.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As far as any major accidents or stalls right now, we are in good shape. Now, this road work on 410 on the northeast side between Starcrest over to Austin Highway, that road work is in the clearing stages. They're in the process of picking up those construction cones. Now, 35 southbound, 1604 on down to Pat Booker Road. Still have the roadway reduced to one lane due to road work, 10, 12-minute delay. And downtown, that ongoing road work at 35 upper level northbound between I-10 to McCullough, taking up 2 right lanes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Somber news from the Dallas Cowboys as defensive end Marshawn Nealon died yesterday due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was just 24 years old. The Spurs return to action tonight as they take their 2-game losing streak back home, welcoming the Rockets into the Frost Center for the first of the Emirates Cup group stage game. Tip-off is set for 6:30 on Amazon Prime. In college football, UTSA got hammered by South Florida, losing 55-23, spotting South Florida 14 points to start the game. Finally, in high school football, it's the regular season finale on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars. We have the Frontier Bowl, Harlandale taking on McCollum. It all starts at 7 with the pregame and kickoff at 7:30. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey now, 7:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All right.
You got me, I got to get my guns cleaned up.
Yeah,
Got me thinking.
I'm in the market.
It's going to be a good year for you hunters. Did you read the Texas Parks and Wildlife sent out their annual expectation letter yesterday?
Oh, no.
It'll be a good year.
Good.
Nice wet summer. Wet summer means big racks.
Ooh.
Put that on a shirt.
I love a big rack.
Who doesn't like a big rack?
Oh.
A couple of mud flaps, little drop flaps. I'm talking about a mule deer, sir.
Oh. Sorry. I thought you were talking about my wife.
Talking about a muley. Smile when you say that.
My wife hates being called a muley.
Well, it's like being called a 5-pound bass. That's not bad.
The Spurs back in action tonight against the Rockets. We talked about it, like what we've seen the last 2 games. It is concerning, but also the more I was thinking about it, let's say tonight looks more of the same and Spurs fall to 5-3. It's not the sky is falling.
No.
The Spurs had an easy early season schedule. It got more difficult. And I think we all kind of expected the Spurs to be a back-end playoff team this year. And
I think before the first tip, we thought back end. I think after the first 3 or 4 games, expectations rose, and I do think rightfully so.
You do think rightfully so?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because I think we might look back in hindsight and go, yeah, they beat the hell out of 5 bad teams.
No, they did. It's not so much that. It's that they did it without what we assume to be 2 of their top 3 best players.
Yeah.
They did it without their quarterback, and they did it with a rookie that led them. So it's how they did it. I know they played some bad teams, but I think expectations rose, and rightfully so. But with every young star, there is a process to superstardom. Mm-hmm. And the first one is show us you're good. Show us you're great. Show us that we can expect when everything goes well, you can do the great stuff. And Wemby, at least for a short time, showed, my goodness, for 4 games, he was best player in the world, it looked like. He was doing everything. And then, now he did it early, but normally the process is, say, the first quarter of the season, you start proving it. Hey, I'm here, and you can't stop me. And then the next chapter of that stardom book is, yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can, and we will. And you have to go through the valley of death. You have to go through and understand that you're so good that now you're the game plan. That no matter what, they're going to stop you, and you have to fight through that. Jordan had his rules. Shaq
had
the hack. There are just things you've got to get through to be the superstar. And Wemby, welcome to the Valley of Death. You're going to go through this till December until you prove that a double team is what you want. Bring the double. I'm going to eat it alive. Until you prove that what they're doing is bad, that hurts them, you're going to see it every night. And that's elbows into ribs. That's 4 fouls on them. That's 20 fouls against you in a game. You're going to have to prove that if they do that, they're guaranteed a loss. Until that, you're going to have to weather the storm, brother. It's going to suck.
Harold says if we had Dylan Harper last game, we win it.
Probably.
It's easy to say that, but if the Lakers had Austin Reeves and LeBron James.
But, I mean, there is. But I think the point is they did that without a point guard. So I'm not mad at that loss. And if it happens tonight and there's no Deer, even if there is Deer, they're doing it essentially without a quarterback. And if they do get him back, no matter what, he's going to be a bit rusty. So I will allow for that. But I think because they started so hot and because we saw Dylan Harper play and because everybody's level seems to have risen a bit, incrementally as Wemby goes, this isn't just a play-in team anymore, man. This is a 6 seed. 6 seed or bust, man.
Well, when I said back in playoff team, that's what I meant.
No, I know you did. But for those that are looking play-in, no. This is a 43-44 win team. Their win total went up by 2 or 3 games in that first week. We saw what their possibilities are. And Wemby's further along than we expected.
They're getting into a point in their schedule, though, where the Rockets, and then they do get the Pelicans tomorrow night. So they've got a back-to-back at home with Rockets, one good team and one bad team. But then you're at Chicago, who's a much better team than we thought. Then you got 2 games in a row with the Warriors here at home. I think we'll find out a lot more about this team.
Mm-hmm. This is not going to be easy. Going 500 over the next week would be not a massive accomplishment, but be something to be very proud of because, like I said, film's out. They know what to do. And with every passing game, and tonight, boy, Victor better put on his chest protector. He better put on his rib pads because they're coming for him tonight.
I think a lot of it, we saw the first 5 games and everyone went, ooh. But, it doesn't mean that the Spurs are a 60-win team all of a sudden. That's...
I think we've seen why.
Yeah.
Can't shoot free throws, can't control the ball when they absolutely have to. We're a turnover waiting to happen if we have the ball more than 8 seconds in any kind of possession. So, no, there's a lot of problems, but there's also a lot of easy fixes.
Well, I don't know how easy the fix is to get your guys on the floor.
That's
to
the
me,
first
that's
fix,
the ultimate.
is be healthy.
Yeah, that's the ultimate fix.
And, well, there's a lot to get. Olynyk, boy, Edwin and I were talking earlier. Cornette is valuable beyond belief in a lot of places that I didn't expect. And, not a lot, but primarily the defensive rim protection. When he is not there and Wemby's sitting down, it is a track meet to the rim. We are the soft underbelly that I have when I wake up in the morning. It is just at the rim at ease. So that's almost as important as improved point guard play. Almost is having some rim protection when Wemby's not on the court.
The matchup tonight is interesting because you're playing against another team that doesn't really have a point guard and is trying to figure things out without their guy running the show. Maybe that lessens the effect, but the Rockets have also been playing really good ball. They started off losing their first 2 games, and it was like, uh-oh. They've kind of figured it out since.
They line up 21 feet of front line. 21 feet of front line.
Yeah, they are gigantic.
And they're mobile big. So, yeah, this is a tough one tonight.
Spurs right now are minus 330 to make the playoffs.
I told you, man, the expectation after that first week was, holy cow, he's where he would have been if we'd have seen him play the first 2 years completely, His progression was not stymied by injury, by thrombosis. If you'd have told me this is what he'd look like at the beginning of his 3rd year, I'd go, yeah, that's the expectation. And he is, even though he missed half of his first 2 years.
So now we've got it. I don't know. I just think that the first 5 games, and I'm not trying to throw cold water on it. I think the Spurs are way better than I thought they were.
They are.
But that 5-0 start, I think we got to put it into perspective what it really is.
Yeah, it is. But what it showed was I always get confused. What's higher, the roof or the ceiling? The roof went up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the second game, everybody went, oh, They're 3-4 games better than I thought right now already. If nothing else changes, there's 3 games they're going to win. I didn't think they were, just on what I just saw.
I agree with that. And also, I mean, I think at least the early returns on the rest of the Western Conference, some of the teams that we thought were going to be good, like it's going to be very difficult for Dallas to be a playoff team, I think. I mean, they are such a mess right now, and I don't know when Kyrie's coming back.
If Kyrie comes back by around Christmas, they'll have a prayer. But
Kyrie's also not. Kyrie is not like Luke. It's not Luka. This isn't a guy who's going to save the whole thing all of a sudden.
We're not talking about. We're talking about play-in playoffs.
But
he'd have to get here that soon for them to have that chance, or it could just get out of hand. It could get away from them.
The Clippers, to me, look like a team that I think a lot of people were taking seriously. I don't know that we should take them seriously. The Grizzlies, I think.
Norman.
The Grizzlies are dead.
Oh, yeah, that's over.
I mean, they are dead in the water already.
But on the other side, Portland is better than we thought,
That's
at least
true.
so far. And the Lakers are certainly better than we thought so far. And I think the Spurs are better than we thought so far. So I do think that as we see some declination from other areas, that the West, the mayonnaise might not be thick, but it's going to be wide. There's a lot of teams.
Well, I know OKC is good. I know the Rockets are good. I know the Nuggets are good. I think the Spurs fall into that Lakers, Warriors.
Where do you put the T-Wolves? Right below that stretch, right?
Right below
and
those
the Spurs
guys.
are behind them still, but headed in that right direction.
I think the Spurs can be better than Minnesota.
If that would be my highest aspiration for this year. If we can come in and place ourselves against a team like Minnesota that's got some old vets and a superstar of their own, that'd be an accomplishment this year.
Yeah,
we're certainly deeper. I'll give you that. There's a lot more bench than in San Antonio than there is in Minneapolis.
Because I think Minnesota and Portland are, at the end of the day, I think they're going to be play-in type teams.
We're better than Portland. Portland's a good team, but they're living on adrenaline and
Portland's so much better than they're better than their talent. Like they should not be nearly as good as they are.
And they're living on adrenaline. But if it keeps going, they've got enough to win at home and on the road. They're a good 500 basketball team.
Yeah. So I think they're a play-in team. I do think the Spurs are. I think they're like I said, Oklahoma City, Houston, and Denver feel like the top 3, and then I think the Spurs are in that next 3: Lakers, Spurs, and Warriors. And then you get like the play-in teams, which I think are like Minnesota and maybe it'll be the Clippers at some point.
They miss Norman Powell a lot more than I thought.
Yeah, but Portland, maybe Sacramento. I don't know.
No.
I guess I don't know who else can come up and do it. Like I said, the Grizzlies are dead. The Pelicans are dead. The Jazz are dead now. You saw Walker Kessler out for the season. That's a brutal loss for them.
I think there'll be a fire sale here. They're going to
I think
they're
so
going to pick the 3 they like, and everybody else is going to be for sale.
So I guess maybe Phoenix, but
Phoenix could be.
I don't know how. I don't know how they're better with way less talent than they had a year ago. Now suddenly they're going to do something. I don't know, but yeah, I just the way tonight is going to be a good litmus test for how the Spurs adjust, because it's clear right now that after 5 games of letting Wemby just take a crap on everybody, the NBA said, "Okay, dude, somebody else is gonna have to make us look bad."
89 fouls.
Yeah, and yeah. So we'll see how the Rockets play him tonight. But if the Rockets do a good job on Wemby,
which they should,
and they should, but we see this team start to kind of question themselves a little bit. It's a young team, man. And
there's a lot in play. You're right.
Your highs are really high, and your lows can be really low when things aren't going well.
And it's like going to the beach, man. The waves keep coming. You don't get to take a breath, and you think you're reeling now. Wait till you're in February and you're exhausted, and you've lost 2 in a row.
What's the skip to the daily lines and see what the point spread is tonight? Rockets are 3.5-point favorites here in town.
That number is dead on.
Yeah.
I mean, that just tells you 3 points for the Spurs on the road.
No, at home.
For the Rockets on the road. There might be a variance here. I'm sure that number's out without De'Aaron. I think if we get word at some point that he is playing, pay attention.
Oh, that'd be huge.
Yeah, that will certainly shrink that number a little bit. But no, after what I saw from the Spurs, which was gritty as hell. I'm not mad at the effort the other night. I mean, it was they did all that they could given the circumstances. They just didn't know how to do it. It wasn't a lack of effort. It It was an inability to execute that really got them in the end. And a team that's playing really, really well. Let's not kid ourselves. The Lakers, for a bunch of dudes,
the Lakers are better than we thought they could be.
But the Spurs let it get away, and when they finally woke up and they got a gift and still just couldn't close the door, that's a sign of a young team. But I wouldn't be mad at myself if I was the Spurs after that game because, you lost to Luka.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I just – and I'm not going to judge what the Spurs are on 2 games where they don't have a point guard. And I think it's unfair to – but they got to get something back.
We didn't bring it up. We haven't brought up turnovers. Bless their hearts. Steph, I'm not going to bring it up, Steph. 6 turnovers is, 6 more than a dead guy should get. Come on now. Let's play some bad. But I'm not mad at you. I understand.
Right now they're going down the highway and they don't have a steering wheel. It's not good.
Hoping it stays straight, and half the time it doesn't.
Yep. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, take a look at the college football games coming up this weekend. A big one in Rob's world. We'll talk about that coming up next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Underdog Fantasy. That's where I'll be playing this weekend, man. And there's lots of options. I mentioned college football, always an option with college football, the NFL, college basketball, NBA. I love playing on the UFC. But this weekend, I'm going to be looking at those Texas A&M Fighting Aggies going up against a third-string quarterback. I'm looking for some sacks for this Aggie defense. I think they're going to go higher on some sack numbers, so I'll be playing that. And, guys, it's so easy. You pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on their stats, rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, sacks, whatever. And if you're right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. How about that? I play pretty much every night. I'm on Underdog in some way, shape, or form. It just makes the games more fun. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code ALAMO, A-L-A-M-O, and you'll score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right. Only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold's.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Brian Schottenheimer, good morning, Coach.
Hey, what's up, guys? I got to say, it was a weird transition for me to come on to the show and hear a bunch of moaning, and then I heard moaning and manning and all these things. It was really kind of weird. Edwin didn't prepare me for that.
Moaning? Coach, tell him. Can you tell the audience you've got no interest in drafting Arch Manning in the upcoming draft?
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I'm cautious of hoes. You should be cautious of hoes.
Well, keep your wits about you.
Well, and keep your prophylactic.
Well, that too. That's part of your wits.
Yeah. That's included.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. College football. Man, we're in the part of the season where
this is the like February in the NBA. There's jobs to be done. They're crappy jobs, but you got to go do them.
It is but it's kind of it's nut cutting time for a lot of teams.
These are teams that there's a lot of difficult but winnable matchups for the favorite. You know what I mean? A lot of tough football games, tougher than they look on paper, but it's the meat of the conference schedule.
There are no marquee matchups this weekend.
No.
LSU, Alabama, it would normally be the headliner.
Did you hear Booger McFarland blow up Brian Kelly over yesterday? Boy, LSU fan is happy he is gone.
Oh yeah, and there's got to be some. We'll talk about that game. I would guess there's some kind of a bounce back, or a dead coach bounce that they get. But we do get. Let's talk about some of the top 25 games. We get one tonight. USC and Northwestern. Northwestern traveling out to L.A. USC is a 14.5-point favorite. I don't know if I trust USC to cover 14.5. What I do trust them to do is put up a butt ton of points.
Yeah.
I think they're going to put up whatever number they want. Northwestern might score 2, and generally I'm going to side with the team that doesn't have to travel, especially on a short week. Long travel seems like onerous for Northwestern.
I don't see how they score enough to keep up. I think 14's easy.
Northwestern's been better than I thought they were going to be. They're sitting at 5-3. They need one more win to get bowl eligible. I don't know that. I don't think this is going to be it. They do still have. They've got one more road game after that. Losing to Nebraska last week was a really bad sign for how this team is going to travel. Their two of their losses this year. One at Tulane, one at Nebraska. The other one was the game against Oregon where they just got crushed in their house.
Yeah.
But Northwestern on the road, I don't think I can trust them.
No.
Indiana's at Penn State. Indiana laying 14.5 on the road.
You don't think they're going to press the gas pedal to 50 if they can?
I kind of would imagine they do. But what Indiana's done right now is they have set themselves up where as long as they win, I don't think Indiana needs any more style points.
No, but Signelli, Google him.
Yeah.
Signetti, Google him.
He tends to go get style points.
Especially when you can go into Happy Valley and
beat a brand name team.
Punk them like nobody's
Even
business.
when they're down, you want to I like the idea of that. But this Penn State team, the one thing they are doing well is running the football. And Indiana has never ever won at Happy Valley.
I know. So you get a chance to go press the gas and put 40 on that scoreboard and finish the game with nobody in the stands. That's my goal. When we're done, guys, I want everybody in the parking lot. I want nobody to witness the end. We're going to put it on them.
I don't know if anybody's going to be there at the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. So by the end, man, we're going to put it on them, and people will say, I think we lost. And you'll know you beat them.
Georgia's at Mississippi State. Georgia's a 9.5-point favorite on the road. I bet Mississippi State early in the week at 7.5. I can't believe that people are still betting on this Georgia team. Money's going the opposite way of where I thought it was going to go.
I don't know. I think the ghost might be given up in Oxford, or in Starkville. I don't know. Georgia is such. I don't trust them either way. I don't trust them to be as bad as I expect them to be, and I don't trust them to be as good as I think they're capable of being. I don't know which ones to show, but I think the Mississippi State mojo is just about run out of gas.
Well, they got back on track last week, got a win, and they're one win away from bowl eligibility. And quite frankly, home against Georgia is probably their best chance because their other games are at Missouri and home against Ole Miss, who's better than Georgia.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I think they're going to put up a fight.
But I think Levy's just about done.
And this Georgia team, you talk about I've never seen a Georgia defense that is just like they've been so dominant the last 7 years. They are bad on defense.
They're bad against good teams, but they're highly talented. It's confounding. They're not better than the sum of their parts. They're worse.
Yeah, they were bad against Florida. Florida's not a good team.
Well, but Florida's got a lot of same qualities, a lot of talent, just not a lot of team.
I still cannot go. I go back to that Auburn game. They should have lost that Auburn game.
Yeah.
They should have probably lost that Tennessee game where remember Kirby had just done nothing but own Josh Heupel offenses. Tennessee put up 41 on this defense. I think Mississippi State hangs around here.
I'd like to see it, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Georgia's one of those teams I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm just and everybody's going to be shocked when they lose a game.
I want it to happen in the SEC title game. That's what I want.
I don't know if they'll be there. BYU at Texas Tech. That is where College Game Day is going to be, an 11 o'clock start up there on the Llano Estacado.
I'm praying for you, Tech. Guns up, baby. Go fight, win.
10.5-point favorites, Red Raiders. If they lose, it'll be a shocking development, quite frankly. BYU has been listen, like you say, you are what your record says you are. All right. I don't think much of this team.
They're a slow-footed, hard-hitting football team.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
I think they got a little fortunate to beat Utah. And other than that, I've not been impressed with anything they've done. And this is a chance for Tech to put a stamp on this season.
All of this is right. Tech's more talented. Tech's got a better offense. Tech's got a much more expensive and probably better defense. But what does Saban call it? Rat poison? There's been a lot of rat poison going through Lubbock this week. A lot of rat poison.
I think when you are facing an undefeated opponent, and you are yourself trying to get into the playoff, I think they're going to have their heads on a swivel for this one. Ohio State's at Purdue. Ohio State minus 30.5. They can probably name their number. Yep. Ohio State, in my mind right now, the best team in the country. It's hard to argue. I wish I could argue. I hate to say it out loud.
At some point, they're going to have to play somebody hard and have some difficulty. But right now, they're skating along.
Yeah, they still they're. I don't know what their best win of the season is. Maybe at Washington.
That was a hell of a win. I think right now that's the best.
I mean, Texas.
Well, I mean, of course that's a good one, but the roadie against a good Washington team that played a style that you thought might give them trouble, and it didn't.
But I got news. This is their remaining schedule: at Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers, at Michigan. They ain't losing a game.
Well, they got Indiana. Well, they'll get one.
Oh, that Big Ten championship. That's
going to be. I mean, it won't, in the grand scheme of life, it won't matter. They're still going to be playing the next week, but at least we'll know exactly who they are.
Number 9, Oregon. Number 20, Iowa. Oregon is a 6.5-point favorite on the road. I think Iowa's going to beat them outright.
I'll tell you,
this Iowa defense is elite. Elite, I tell you.
Why do you? What is it about Oregon that you don't?
First of all, I don't trust any of these teams traveling. Like I don't.
No, I'm not saying I think you're wrong, but right now there's every reason to believe that Oregon will be at their very best. I think Dan Lanning's coaching for a raise. I think there's jobs that he's trying for.
Do you know what Oregon's best win this season is?
Well, I mean, it was a good win at the time.
A 6-point win at Penn State.
Well, at the time. They were the number 2 team in the country.
But it turns out.
Well, we didn't know that.
But now when you see what happened, it's like.
I think they played a very, very, very good Penn State team that lost its soul. And so I think up until that interception, they played the number 2 team in the country. And that the soul just disappeared.
Well, then their best win after that is Northwestern.
You're right.
This is an untested team. We're asking them to travel.
Yeah, all of that. But this is a very talented football team with the kind of quarterback that can single-handedly win a game. I don't know if Illinois can score enough points. I mean, Iowa can score enough points.
Here's what I know about Iowa. Indiana went to Iowa, and Indiana won that game 20-15. Yeah, I mean, that's the one time this year we've seen Indiana in a real fight. That's how good that Iowa defense is.
So you think Iowa straight up?
I think they're going to beat them. Yeah, I do. I think they're going to beat Oregon and send them packing. I've been wrong before, though.
That offense is pretty fast.
The
dudes.
Fighting Aggies are at Missouri. A&M a 6.5-point road favorite. Missouri on a third-string quarterback.
Both teams on a bye.
This is the thing that fascinates me is this Missouri defensive front, which is very, very good, going up against this A&M offensive line. Like, what wins that matchup? And whatever wins that matchup is going to decide this game. For A&M, like, I mean, when I say going to win this game, I mostly mean cover the spread. I have a hard time picturing A&M losing this game. I think A&M is one of the 5-6 best teams in the country. And I think Missouri's good.
I like them. I think the Aggies have been trying to put together a game, the offense complement the defense, offense, special teams coming together. I think a roadie with a team on his third-string quarterback might be the game. This might be the game where the A&M clicks it into focus.
I worry a little bit because I've seen A&M struggle on the road. I saw A&M almost lose to Arkansas.
Arkansas is the reason I think that clicks into focus in Missouri because Arkansas was worst-case scenario.
Yeah,
new coach, new scheme, flooded, delayed, every nightmare possible, and then they come out and punch you in the face, and you still came back and beat them.
But then you go to LSU and embarrass them, and now everybody's king in the castle, king in the castle.
That's the fear, right? That's why
2
I look
weeks
up and
they've
love
been
it.
walking around campus.
But this is the prescription when you go against a team with a third-string quarterback and you've got defensive ends that are just chomping at the bit. I mean, they could dismantle this offense to where they really just don't. What's the next opportunity is a walk-on. Like
if their quarterback gets hurt,
not
it's
even
a
a
walk-on.
preferred walk-on, just
It's
a
a walk-on, yeah. Syracuse is at Miami. Miami, a 28.5-point favorite against Syracuse. Miami's now in desperation mode.
It's a testament to Syracuse.
I think Miami is – I think last week, losing at SMU, I don't think they're making the playoff.
No,
I think they're going to play in the Michelin Tire Bowl or Goodyear Bowl, whatever the hell it is.
South Florida made a point last night.
Yep. Auburn at Vandy. Vandy is a 6.5-point favorite here. One thing I'll say about Auburn, and first of all, we do know Auburn with a new coach. I don't like betting against teams with a new coach. And Auburn defensively is really good. Like, there's no doubts in my mind that Auburn's defense is really good. It's just a matter of, can their crummy quarterback do anything? They're not going to let Diego Pavia run. Diego Pavia is probably going to throw it around on him.
This is win or go home. This is a playoff game for
Vanderbilt.
They're better than Auburn. They are. They're going to find a way to win.
But Auburn, to their credit, they are in all these games. They were in it to the final minutes with Missouri. They should have beat Georgia. They were in it with A&M at A&M. Tough place to go play. They probably should have beat Oklahoma at Oklahoma.
Losers lose.
They do.
Mm-hmm. How many conference games are we at now?
6. They're in whether they 1-5 in conference.
Yeah.
But
I'm not taking anything away from them, but I think it's hard for me. Maybe I've over-adjusted for Vanderbilt because used to that was just a gimme. But that was a hell of a game played against a Texas team that played a good football game. And Vanderbilt was competitive through that all the way through. It was never dead in the water.
I don't know. I felt like I thought they got their ass kicked, and the final score made it pretend like they didn't.
Well, that tells me a lot right there. That they were still in it in the fourth quarter. Yeah, and Auburn, I've seen them. They're talented up front. They're fast, but they quit.
Washington's at Wisconsin. Washington 10.5 on the road. Ooh, Washington on the road is scary, but Wisconsin still has yet to win a Big Ten game. Have looked pretty non-competitive.
Luke Fickell is literally coaching for his job. He loses this weekend. I know that the administration up at Wisconsin said we might be thinking long-term. He had a lot of work to get done, but you lose at home like this, that'll just about do it for him.
Last 3 weeks, they have lost those 3 games by a combined score of 92-7.
So he's literally coaching for his job, and he got the worst case this week when AD and the types are saying, no, they got the dreaded vote of confidence. So I do think that he could salvage it with a win, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Wake Forest is at Virginia, my nemesis, Virginia.
They're going to win again, man.
8-1 Virginia, who it should maybe be like 6-3, 5-4. I don't know. Phony good Virginia team. 6.5 is not the number I was hoping for. If I get a touchdown on game day, I will bet Wake Forest. I do think their defense is good enough to slow down this Virginia team, but I'm tired.
If I was you, I'd stay away from anything they have to do with because you're looking at it the wrong way.
Oh my gosh, they've got a horseshoe just shoved up their tail.
You are what your record says you are. They crossed time zones. They did everything you're supposed to do.
Cal is at Louisville. Louisville 18.5-point favorites. This is a bad travel spot for Cal going all the way across the country
against a good Louisville.
Louisville's been solid, and Louisville's got a real playoff spot, right? A real playoff possibility right now. LSU, Bama. Alabama's a 9.5-point favorite here. I think if I get 10, I might back LSU.
I think so too.
I think LSU gets a bounce without Brian Kelly around. I do think this team, probably more than like Hugh Freeze leaving. I think these guys are glad Brian Kelly's gone.
Their hair's going to be on fire. They're going to fly around. They're going to make some mistakes tonight, but if they can stay there till the fourth quarter, if they can get Bama to sweating, you know what I mean? Just getting them a little sphincter tight, I think they got a puncher's chance. I don't think it'll happen.
So
but
fingers crossed that people want to bet on Alabama, and I can get a 10-point dog there with LSU. If I do, I'll be on them. And then Navy, 7-1 Navy is at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 27-point favorite. And they are going to obliterate Navy. Navy cannot stop the run, and Notre Dame is going to run at will on these guys. Like how many touchdowns is Love going to have? I don't know.
Well, this will be his Heisman moment. This will be the prime time. Is that a late night game? Are they playing late?
Yeah, that's the 6:30 game on NBC.
This will be the game where everybody gets to see Love, and he gets to be added to the list that gets to go to New York.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll look at some NFL on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports.
Oh, my friends, we got a party coming up November the 19th. Come out and join myself and AJ early in the morning and afternoon. The Blitz is going to be out at Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit right there on 35 outside of 1604. It's kind of the beginning of the holiday season, and they want to show off. They got the place decorated. Bring your dogs and let them see the best pet resort in all of San Antonio. That's where my pets go. I wish I could go, but they get treated better than I do. You go drop your dogs off, you'll see what I'm talking about. They have just thousands of square feet of both indoor and outdoor play. You walk into the kennel area, it doesn't smell like a kennel. You walk in, it's clean, the dogs are wagging the tail. You get barks, but it's fun barks. They are certainly taken care of the way you would want them to be taken care of. And there's no better way to find out than to show up. And if you come out on November the 19th, doesn't matter when, we're going to have food, we're going to have drinks, we're going to have prizes. Your dog's going to have some gifts. You're going to get a chance to see everything and kind of prepare yourself for the holidays. And it's never too soon to book. So if you're getting ready to head out of town and you're looking for the right place to go to mybunkandbiscuit.com. But I'll tell you, November the 19th, come out and see us, Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit, 35 and 1604, just outside up there by Gilman. Come see us. We're going to have a lot of fun, and you're going to see where the next place you're going to take your pets. That's Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit. We'll see you on November the 19th.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we do have a trouble spot on the northeast side, 35 northbound right as you approach 1604. Got an accident, little bit of a delay from Tupperwine. On I-10 lower level eastbound Colorado to Commerce, just northwest of downtown, we've got some sluggish conditions. We're starting to slow down 1604 westbound, Pat Booker Road to 281. And on 1604 northbound Calabria as you make your way on up to Houseman. That's about 10 minutes for now. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors. Why did they sell us their cars? Because we pay more at GiveMeTheVin.com. And why do we pay more? Because you and I both know that your car is worth more than others will offer you. And your time is worth more too. I'm John Clay Wolf, and I created GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell me your car faster and hassle-free because you're worth more.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've been representing people injured in traffic collisions here in San Antonio for more than 30 years. After a collision, I've spoken to many people who wanted to believe that the other driver's insurance company would be fair and they really didn't need an attorney. They thought that the insurance company would pay their medical bills and do the right thing. I wish that were true, but trying to go it alone is a big, big mistake. If you have been injured, please know the other driver's insurance company has adjusters and attorneys working against your interest. If insurance companies were trying to get to heaven, I'd be out of a job, gladly. That is just not the world we live in, though. Call me as soon as you can if you are injured in a traffic collision. I do not charge anything to review your case with you. I'll tell you what you need to do and what you should not do. If you want a smart and fair result, you'll need to make smart decisions along the way. And that is what I do. You and I will make smart decisions for you and your family, and we'll get justice and fair results. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game.
Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinagel. You know, summer is behind us, so now is the time to get your roof inspected and be ready for whatever winter has in store for us. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're a local, family-owned company. You know, the folks at Stevens Roofing deal with the same weather we do. Your roof protects your home. It protects your family. For comfort, confidence, and peace of mind, get your roof buttoned up for winter. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or go to stevensroofing.net.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers. Presented by Just Spots. Pregame at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying. Yeah! Yeah! Fun.
Sound like you're about to hit the finish line.
Looking forward to the weekend. Oh, yeah.
Look out, I-35.
Oh, yeah.
Keep that hammer up when you're driving through Selma.
Oh, well, my wife's driving. It ain't my problem.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to drive.
My wife likes to drive. She gets car sick, and
I get car sick in the back seat.
Yeah, she won't get car sick if she drives, so I just let her drive everywhere. I don't care.
My wife drives.
I'm a passenger princess.
And she pegs it at 69.
Nice.
Or whatever the speed limit is, +4, and then sits in the left lane.
Oh.
And then I go to sleep, and I'll wake up to cars passing and giving me the evil eye, giving me the oval.
The truth
But
is,
just everybody's mad at my wife because she is in the left lane. And if you want to speed, I'm speeding. And if you want to speed, you're just going to have to go around me because I'm going to drive in the left lane.
Yeah, the truth is, I'm not a great driver, and I drive probably a lot faster than I should.
You do drive fast.
And it makes my wife uncomfortable, so she does the drive.
She has anxiety the whole time.
Well, yeah.
Rob's gone on road trips with me, and
no, he drives fast. I've driven with him enough to trust him. But the first time you drive with AJ, you're pressing the gas pedal through the bottom of the floor, or the brake pedal. You're pressing your own brake pedal, like, brake. I don't have one.
You took me home one time. It was all right.
Well, I mean, there's nowhere to speed where you're at. I didn't take you on a highway.
I've been on the 5 headed south about 4:45 on a Friday with you.
Yeah,
that's not the place you want to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't like to. But one thing Rob will always say, and he says it the polite way, man, we sure are making good time.
We're making good time. I'm getting younger.
Man, we're already back in San Antonio.
We just broke the speed of
Hey,
light.
so what's the update on Squirrel Gate?
So here's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Real quick, give us an update.
That's right. I haven't had a chance to talk with you.
I've done some YouTube videoing. Okay. I'm gonna go up there and I bought some foam that I'm gonna seal up the outside of the house where the squirrel has an entry point. I'm gonna seal it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna hope that when I do seal it up, he's not in there.
Okay.
And if he is in there,
get a yard blower and flush him out.
I'm gonna call somebody to go up into my attic and get him out and
not get him out.
Or kill him, whatever. Yeah, right. I don't care. But
you feed them that poison that dries them out and they don't rot.
The removal of the actual squirrel is like $200.
Oh, okay. There we go. That's not 2,000.
All the charges are for sealing up the ways for it to get in. I'm going to do that myself now.
So
I'm determined.
A guy that lives out on the property, the foam is good, but if you can manage it, go get as much of the steel wool as you can. and shove steel wool into those holes.
Oh, because it can't bite
they
through
won't,
that.
They won't bite through that. And then if there's a foam that you do want to use that secondary. But if you can wedge in the steel wool into any crack, that will work better than any foam you'll ever
Really?
use. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good to know. I'll do both.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. But steel wool will protect you far more than the foam.
Okay. Well, that's the plan then. All right, let's take a look at these NFL matchups this weekend. It's my last chance to talk NFL with you guys. I only got a couple minutes here. Please let the games be better than they were last night.
Right.
Bills Dolphins. Well, actually, we should start with the 8:30 game. Falcons Colts. Colts are 6.5-point favorites here.
They should cover that, baby.
In Germany, weird travel.
It's Atlanta.
I know. I don't know what to make of Atlanta. I probably won't bet this game, but we did see the Colts last week kind of look not all that great against Pittsburgh with a little bit of pressure on them. It's a stay-away game for me. I would just be careful. If this were 6.5 in Indianapolis,
that'd be easy.
Oh, easy. But in a neutral game,
I think you just run Taylor, and that's all you need.
Probably so.
You know what I mean?
The Jags-Texans. Jags are 1.5-point favorites now. I would love to bet on the Texans here. I can't in good conscience bet on them with Davis Mills. Davis Mills is playing. CJ's out.
I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot stinking electric pole.
Totals 37.5.
That's not. Well, they might not get that.
Neither one of these teams are going to score. This is a 13-10 final. Bills are at the Dolphins. Bills laying 8.5 on the road. I don't know that I want to lay 8.5, but I do think the Bills are going to score a lot of points. They tend to blow the Dolphins out. I think the best thing you can bet on this game is James Cook props. The Dolphins are so bad against the run, and the Bills their mindset right now is just run it down your throat.
They're going to pants the Dolphins.
I think they do it. Let's see, the Giants and the Bears. Bears are 4.5-point favorites.
I like them, man. They're rolling.
I think another good way to bet this one, just whatever running back is playing, whether it's Swift or Monungai, whoever, bet they're higher. They're going to run all over this Giants defense. It can't seem to stop the run at all. And the Giants cannot win a road game to save their lives.
I think the Bears cover. I think there's some DFS points to be found in Caleb. I think there's some actual money in there.
Ravens are at the Vikings. Vikings are 4.5-point home dogs. I bet the Ravens in the first half. Ravens -2 in the first half, or -2.5 in the first half. The first look you get at Lamar, and remember,
how long has it been since they played?
Well, this coach, O'Connell's never played against Lamar. And back in the day, Brian Flores was a problem for Lamar. He would throw these blitzes at Lamar. Lamar hadn't seen him, and he had some success. Well, in the last 3 years, people have learned you don't blitz Lamar Jackson anymore. Lamar Jackson eats when you blitz, and I think that's the case here again.
I'm rooting for Minnesota.
I don't think it happens,
I don't think it's going to happen.
I think the Ravens bury him. Browns-Jets, game of the week of the year. Browns -2.5 at the Jets. I was all in. I was going to bet the Jets this weekend, but then they traded away everybody.
It's going to be so funny if they roll out and win.
Total's 38.5. Who's scoring in this game?
But first of all, I'm going to say, how do you think the Jets stop anything?
Well, here's how they stop someone. If and only if the other team plays Dylan Gabriel at quarterback. Oh, they are. And then the Jets, Justin. This is the total. This game's going to be 7-3. This is pathetic.
I actually think they're going to score some points on the Jets.
I don't think so. I don't. How? This is the worst offense in football, arguably. The Browns.
What are the Jets now?
The second worst. I don't know.
21 points at least. 3 touchdowns.
Patriots at the Bucks. Talk about a lot of Bucks are 2.5-point favorites. You talk about a lot of points scored. I think there's a lot of points scored in this game.
This is like an old-fashioned gunfight between two gunfighters, between Drake and. I think it's going to be top this kind of football. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored.
I really hope the Bucks win this game. And you know me, I think the Bucks are total frauds. It'd be a good time for them to show up and fraud one out for me.
This will be a high-scoring, fun football game to watch.
Panthers 5.5-point favorites hosting the Saints. Panthers they've lost 11 games in a row as favorites. 11 in a row.
And they got 5.5.
Seahawks host the Cardinals. Seahawks -6.5 hosting the Cardinals. Cardinals are better than we thought they were, certainly.
As long as they got their backup starter quarterback.
And then Rams laying 4.5 at the Niners. I like the Rams.
Smoke
here.
show, yep.
All right, friends. More to come. Morning Huddle 94.1.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. The slow-roasted Cantina chicken menu is here to stay, with ingredients like purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. Try it today at a participating U.S. Taco Bell location while supplies last. Contact store for participation, which varies.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been, because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this: the insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, college impact, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at H-E-B.
Hey, get ready to kick off the holidays tailgate style alongside your four-legged MVP. Join us at Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma on Wednesday, November the 19th from 9 to 6 p.m. for the annual holiday kickoff tailgate. They'll have great food, local vendors, music, giveaways, and fun for the entire family, including the furry ones. It's your chance to celebrate the season with the best fans in Texas, pet lovers and sports lovers alike. It's all going down at Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in Selma on Wednesday, November the 19th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're still working those two trouble spots along 35, southbound O'Connor, left lane blocked with a crash. It's a 15-minute delay, slow from Olympia Parkway. And then northbound 35 approaching 1604, this wreck causing about a 5-minute delay for now, slow from Thousand Oaks. On Austin Highway, southbound before you get to Walsham, heads up, getting reports of an accident. And we're definitely slowing down. 1604 westbound, Pat Booker Road to 281. Noticing a delay just northwest of downtown on I-10, lower level, eastbound Cincinnati to Commerce, rolling a bit slowly. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Somber news from the Dallas Cowboys as defensive end Marshawn Nealon died yesterday due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was just 24 years old. The Spurs return to action tonight as they take their 2-game losing streak back home, welcoming the Rockets into the Frost Center for the first of the Emirates Cup group stage game. Tip-off is set for 6:30 on Amazon Prime. In college football, UTSA got hammered by South Florida, losing 55-23, spotting South Florida 14 points to start the game. Finally, in high school football, it's the regular season finale on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars. We have the Frontier Bowl, Harlandale taking on McCollum. It all starts at 7 with the pregame and kickoff at 7:30. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, gather around. It's the second half of the Morning Huddle, and we're -1. I'm Rob Thompson. No AJ, he's on the road. He's going to Dallas for a 4 o'clock wedding. A semi-formal affair that he will attend, not semi-formal. That's Vic Brown on the other side of the double pane glass going 2 hours of fun. Of course, Football Friday, lots of Spurs talk as they welcome in the Rockets, and we're going to put in that fancy court tonight, where those Emirates Cups uniform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that matters, right? They're coming home, got the Rockets tonight. We're going to talk a lot about that tomorrow night. Play host to the Pelicans, the hapless ones. Plenty of college football, of course. Aggies, the game of the day tomorrow. They got a 2:30 kick against Missouri. We'll dig into there. Now, there is a chance. Now, I don't know for sure, and I doubt it, but it's possible. That we get head coach of your Dallas Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer, here, brought to you as always by AA Best Bail Bonds, if he does arrive. He's on our schedule to arrive, but it is a bye week. And then, of course, the terrible news that I was not here to talk about, and I don't know what you can add to just the worst situation imaginable for the Dallas Cowboys, and that's the loss of a player. And the ripple effect of what that means to the team. Today, of course, you're certainly in shock. And the team is kind of spread. Remember, this is the bye week. Cowboys, this is their chance for everybody to go home, if home isn't in Dallas, to unwind, get a couple of days, just do what you do in your bye week, get well.
Rest up, yeah.
And that's going to be, of course, altered because you'll gather the team together for the funeral. So there's just all those little things that are going to fall into focus over the next 24 to 36 hours as this bye week comes to a close, and then Monday becomes a game week again. And you get kind of this double whack. 1, you lost your teammate. 2, you go to the funeral. 3, you go to practice, and you look across the locker room, and that locker's empty. And there's just a name, or however they choose to honor him. So this is the kind of ripple effect that's going to play for the Cowboys for a minute. I don't even pretend to know how you handle it or what you do to get yourself through it. If we do have Shotty on, which I do look forward to, I do hope that he does arrive. Certainly be one of the questions, but certainly that is just part of the news of the Cowboys week. We'll certainly hope to get some information on our new football players and the trade that happened in the future with the Cowboys. But first and foremost, we'll talk Cowboys and how they do get themselves back on track next week in just a minute. But the Spurs arrive home on a 2-game losing streak tonight. As I said, they're going to be playing on that fancy Emirates Cup floor. Got the new uniform and hopefully a reinvigorated attitude after a couple of road losses. Now, we know Dylan's gone. We still, as far as I know, I don't know if De'Aaron's going to play. I know that I can't wait to see him, and I don't think there'd be a better opportunity than right now. He's certainly absolutely required going against a very hot team in the Houston Rockets. I would like to think that we'll be judicious in playing him. There's certainly no rush, but getting through that last couple of losses is going to be kind of a difficult bounce back because we do have a back-to-back again tomorrow as New Orleans arrives. So you look at the two losses, the Phoenix loss and the Laker loss. They were losses for different reasons, but the threads remain the same. They lost the Phoenix game because they went up against a team that was, well, for lack of a better word, just on fire. I mean, they played a team that wasn't going to miss for 3 quarters and just never really gave themselves an opportunity because they couldn't slow them down. Defensively, they relaxed, but sometimes you just play teams that are on fire and hope your run comes at the right time to get it even, and the Spurs never could. And Devin Booker and crew just kind of dispatched the Spurs. Now, J.J. Redick with the Lakers on Wednesday night, as far as I've seen, might be the best coach against Wemby. He might be the one guy that has seen what Wemby does and has at least schemed him this year better than anybody. Because the book on what Wemby was and what he is, he's still the same dude. There's still some two-guard in him, some point guard in him that he wants to handle the ball. And it seems the secret isn't necessarily the biggest dude on him. It seems the secret is the most mobile dude you can put on him and hope he's a big dude on top of that. But if you can interrupt Wemby's dribble, you can take away a fair amount of his game. And then you start beating on him. And that really is the key. So you can get a mobile dude on him to cover him on the wing, and then the moment he sets foot in the paint, the double team comes, and you foul him. And you foul him again, and you foul him, and you foul him, and you foul him. And you force him to be afraid of the paint. You force him to adjust to the double team. And until he goes through this gauntlet, Wemby better get used to it, man. You're going to have to get used to getting beat up. You look at every superstar, and the preeminent one, of course, is Michael. Michael, back in the 80s, started seasons just like this, where he looked like that was the guy, doing things in a way that we had never seen before, but then rules are written. For Jordan, it was the Jordan rules, of course. Detroit deployed a method of slowing him down that involved, the same principles that Wemby's going to deal with. That the moment you touch the ball, we're going to force you to make a decision and get rid of the ball. We're going to double you as soon as we can. It's going to come from angles that you don't expect. And then once the double team gets there, we're going to make you know it's there. You're going to feel an elbow. You're going to get muscled around the paint. They're not going to allow you to plant your feet. That's going to be the next step for Wemby. And it's not going to happen overnight. Because he's going to have to be able at 7'4", 7'5", to rebound and do it for 38 minutes, back-to-back, twice in 36 hours. I mean, he's going to have to learn to fight that fight over and over again, 82 times, with very little break. And this is kind of uncharted ground for a dude of his size. So it's going to be tough, particularly tonight, because, one, the book is out. We know what to do, and certainly that book began on Wemby, and he's not alone in this. But if we recall last year about this time, a little bit later in the season, Spurs went into Houston, and Sengun, this was 2 years ago, Sengun put it in his chest. Sengun put Wemby on a poster. Sengun beat the crap out of Wemby. And from that moment on, Sengun took a bit of confidence. Now, Wemby is not the same guy he was 2 years ago. but neither is Alfred Sengun. It's interesting the way the Rockets are playing. They're solid. They're a very good team led by a cheat code in Kevin Durant. But they're doing better without a point guard than the Spurs are. They're doing better letting guys like Durant handle the ball, letting Jalen Green handle the ball. It's working better for them than the way the Spurs have had to alter their offense minus a point guard, because this team has not been the same since the moment Dylan limped off the court in the second half in Phoenix. From that point on, 2.5 quarters there and 4 quarters in L.A. Now, it's hard fought, but it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back a lot of times because it's been so disorganized. There's been so many turnovers. There's been effort, and I'll take effort and mistakes over lack of effort and clean anytime. But to beat a team like Houston, you can't have the mistakes. You don't get the turnovers because they dominate the ball. They squeeze the clock. You don't get the possessions you got. So a turnover, you lose a possession and a point and the ball. You don't get to make it up because of the way that Houston plays. It's going to be an interesting weekend as they come back against the Pelicans on a Saturday night against a team that's in absolute disarray. In absolute disarray. What do you think? You jump on the Brigade bar if you got something to say. I'll pull it up here in a second. But if you want to, we had fun talking to folks the other day. If you want to get on the horn, talk about the Spurs, 210-656-3776. That's 656-ESPN. Vic, you down for some calls?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not. I mean,
yeah.
AJ's on a kolache run. We're not going to get those kolaches till Monday.
Yeah, we're not going to get them till Monday.
So hopefully he'll, wrap them in some sort of wax paper. I thought you'd find that even funnier, but I guess not.
Nah.
That was kind of an inside joke, but we do expect him back. And if you do want to talk about the Spurs, don't hesitate. I don't think we take enough calls, and there was a reminder the other day that there's people listening. If you want to sound off, you're more than welcome to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the De'Aaron Fox question is going to linger all day long, and we'll talk about the daily lines a little bit after 9 o'clock. But when we do add this extraordinary piece, when we do add this isn't just because you get a Ferrari doesn't mean you know how to drive it. When I was 15, my dad, who was an attorney, I was learning how to drive, and my dad won a case, and the guy couldn't pay him the cash, but he had a 1972 Plymouth Roadrunner with like a 460. It was
a 4-speed?
4-speed, Holly carbs. It had everything. And this was back in the day, in the late 70s, early 80s, where it was even jacked up. So it had the mags on the back. It sounded like a jet engine when it was coming down the street. It was a hot rodder's dream.
It used regular gas?
Well, back then, regular.
I think only gas.
It was gas. You had gas or high test. But it was too much car.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way in hell I was ready to drive something like that.
Oh, yeah, way too much horsepower for you.
I was going to kill myself. Well, De'Aaron Fox isn't too much car, but you're going to have to learn to drive it. He's unique because it's been since Tony. It's been since Parker's glory days that we've had a point guard capable of putting 26 up a night, every night. Now, and he does it in the same method, in that he is capable of scoring in the paint, though not the same way that Tony did. Tony was a devastating paint scorer, but not charging to the rim. He was just great to paint, the teardrop and all of that. The offense is going to affect Wemby. It's just will. When De'Aaron comes back, he's going to not have to do as much. And that sounds great to anybody at a normal job. You're like, hey, we're going to pay you the same. You just don't have to do as much. Just be ready and great when we ask you to be. That's more difficult than doing everything. Doing everything, you've got plenty of time to make mistakes, and you get the ball back, and you get to go and do. When you're reactive, especially to a guy who has played with you in 5 games, and not even nearly in 5 games, who really has never played with you. This adjustment period begins the moment he steps on the court. And it doesn't sound like good news to the Spurs. It's not good news when you don't have one of your best players. But it's the best scenario for now in that Dillon is now not even part of the equation. He's not part of the lineup. I don't need to figure out minutes. I don't need to make sure that he continues to grow. Right now, I just need to make sure he gets that calf well, which gives me 2 weeks. Gives me 5 games, to get De'Aaron in. Because you think about 2 weeks, we're just about to the end of Thanksgiving, and that's about the time, the first week of December, is when you kind of reach your first quarter pole in the NBA. That's the first time everybody might have played around. They might have played 3/4 of the teams that they're going to play. They played 25, 30 games. You get an idea who you are. At that point, you start separating wheat from chaff. If you think about what last year looked like, we saw Indiana making noise. We saw Cleveland making noise. Cleveland was doing things that were, ridiculous. And you knew, okay, they're doing this now December 1. I expect them to be someplace April 1. Barring injury, barring colossal collapse that ends a guy's season, I expect certain teams. And that's normally right about the first week of December. That's where coaches kind of measure themselves. And then the official beginning of the season is a month after that Christmas Day, when everybody puts on their blinders and they know now it's 100% full speed ahead until we get to the playoffs. We got to weather the snowy Februarys and March, but that's where great teams are formed. But good teams are there on Christmas Day, and to be there, you need to be moving toward that on December the 1st. And I think that's the way you coach a team. That's the way, you add different ingredients and you let it simmer for a minute. Then you add a little bit more of an ingredient. Then you figure out who can do those kind of things. And then by the end of Christmas, you play those big-time games and you hit the ground running. That's the plan. So this is ideal for getting De'Aaron going. So while we still have not seen the full complement, it's not necessarily a horrible thing if you're building a team for playoffs. And as we talked earlier, the first week of the season escalated everybody's opinion. Now, the Spurs might have secretly known it, been very quietly known what they had. But the rest of the NBA got a taste of that first week, those first 5, and went, well, we have to alter our expectations. We have to alter our scouting. We have to alter the way we approach the games we have with them, either at home or away. The guys we want to have him against early that maybe we don't want to see him against later. All that changed the first week. We'll get a good taste of it tonight. What do you think? Give us a call, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm going to go old school radio, Vic. It's a free-form Friday. You can just pick your topic. I have this thing right here that my program director, he says, use this. This is your map. You can't get anywhere unless you have a map. Yeah. I'm throwing the map out.
Yeah.
We're going to just wander our way to the end. But if I was to look at the map and I was to stick to the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s of radio, coming back, we'd talk about the NFL. We talk about the Dallas Cowboys, and we talk about just what a horrible situation that the franchise itself finds itself in this bye week. Dallas Cowboy talk, thoughts and prayers for Mr. Nealon, and how are the Cowboys going to get themselves ready for a football game in just under 9 days. We're talking Cowboys next. We're glad you're with us right now. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. In this day and age, to know that you can walk into a dealership, any dealership, with good intentions, with a plan and a purpose, and make a good offer on something and have that dealership accept it. Let me tell you, you walk into an Ewald Kubota anywhere in South Texas and you have a good deal. Let me tell you, no reasonable offer is ever turned down at an Ewald Kubota, because they know that the purchase is just the beginning of a lifelong relationship. They've been helping us around here in South Texas for as long as I can remember. My daddy was buying Ewalds way back when. We've always had those tractors. Let me tell you, now's a great time to head into Ewald, because as the change of seasons begins, as we get those cooler weather and you can go out and do some work on your property, whether it's residential or it is industrial, your first stop is at Ewald, because if you're renting something, they can deliver exactly what you need. need. You know they've got the parts, they've got the service, and they've got the protection absolutely required to make sure your job gets taken care of just like it was their job getting taken care of. And if you're going there to buy a brand new baler or anything to do with hail, with all your hay baling, there's no better deals going on right now. Great deals on warranties and great financing to be had on ATVs. There's too much to go into. You're going to have to go see it for yourself. That's Ewok Kubota all around South Texas. Let me tell you, from the Texas coast to the hill country of our beautiful state, Ewok Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets the Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
What does it mean to work with one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas? At Thomas J. Henry, it means we can put our team of experts to work for you. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. The name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You know, I make decisions every day, but the easiest ones I've been making for the last several weeks are Dak Prescott. The more Dak is riding the wave, and I've been with him on Prize Picks, and being right can get you paid, especially when you're doing it on the weekly. Prize Picks has everything you need to have some fun on all your favorite games. If you like winning, you like to know what you're doing, Prize Picks is your answer because you can do the research and you can go out and win, and it's so simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players, and you can get up to 2,000x on your money if you pick right. Now, they offer stacks is what I love, and you can pick the same player in up to 3 different venues and play them in the same lineup, and you can only find this at Prize Picks. That's why I go there every day. You want to know another reason? Alamo. Remember the code Alamo, and you get $50 in lineups if you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's the Morning Huddle. We are not at full strength, but we will carry on. It's the next man up mentality around here, as it is most places. That's Vic Brown. I'm Rob Thompson. AJ on the fly. Look out for Mrs. AJ Hoffman. She'll be in the left lane with a hammer down. Welcome to the weekend.
And AJ's head leaned up against the window with his hat on.
A little bit of slobber. A little bit of drool coming down. I didn't ask if the boys were staying home and throwing a party tonight.
Oh, that's right. What's going to happen with them?
I would like to think that they are taking advantage of the open house.
Maybe they'll catch the squirrel.
See, I wasn't here for all of this, and I wasn't here to offer the advice that I would
my
have.
boys to done it.
Well,
Man, go get it.
Well, we have to go back to this. Welcome back to the huddle. We're going to talk some Cowboys, and we're going to hear from Dak. He spoke for the first time, and we're going to hear from him in just a second. But I wasn't here yesterday. And by the way, there's a possibility that Shoddy arrives. I don't expect it. So I'm going to kind of stretch till about 30. I'm going to tell you a story. And if Shoddy doesn't get there, we're going to hear from Dak. That is the plan, just to kind of lay that out there. All right. I'm saying that out loud because Edwin's not in the room, but so he can hear me. Hey, the production on the fly, man. When you have varmints in your attic, it's a do or die thing. Once you feel like there's a rat running above your head at night, I mean, you can't comfortably live in that house, and these pest guys know that. So the first time I called a guy to get a possum out of my attic, and he came with, that'll be $3,000. You're like, what? I don't.
Are you going to cook it too?
I don't know. I don't need him flown to some possum reservation in Africa. I don't need that. I just need him out, and let's fill the holes with poison. So I knew when he told me, I was walking out the door on Tuesday. He goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to meet the bug guy, to the exterminator to see about this. And I knew what was going to happen. I've never heard anybody that on that first offer from the varmint dispersal dude, you went, you've got to be kidding me.
I don't understand. I really don't understand why. Okay, now I get you're patching up the.
There's work involved.
Yeah, I get that, but not $2,000.
I know, but I have never in my life, in several houses, had somebody come in for less than that ever. I mean, that's just the market. That you got to pay for those nice trucks and those cool wraps that they've got on them.
And the gas to get out there wherever you live.
Dude,
I guess the further you live, the worse it gets.
Warning. He is, this is going to be expensive. So the very idea of, that'll be no problem. It'll be $100. Come out and fix that. No. When you do that, you think, I need to get into that business until you realize you're dealing with rabid squirrels in an attic in a tight space.
They got gloves for that.
Well, I learned the hard way. I just became my own. I put together some poisonous concoctions that have taken care of some varmints. It's scary, the things you can order on the interwebs. We didn't get a chance to get there, and I wasn't here yesterday for the breaking news, and it was so absolutely tragic. There is no correct response to a tragedy the size of this.
Right.
There isn't one. You take the body blow and go. And when we saw how it happened, and you juxtapose from Monday night, a kid that is legitimately at the top of the world. He scores a touchdown on national TV. There was a trade made imminently that opened the door for greater success for him. It was just, the table could not be set more perfectly for a young professional athlete than it was for Nealand. And 4 days later, he's committing suicide on the side of the road. How do you react to that? How do you, as a head coach, get your team back together in a tumultuous time anyway? And this can bring this team together. This can pull them into, they can become something extraordinary, more than the individual souls in that room. I've seen it happen more often than not, that you become something different with the spirit that has left you. The Cowboys sadly have experience with this over the years. If you've been a fan, you know of the many instances where we've lost a player here, both post-career and during. It's uncharted waters for these guys for sure. Dak Prescott yesterday was finally, to to ask the question that had to be asked, and you know it's going to have to be asked. Well, Dak was, in fact, asked this yesterday. What's his reaction to Marshawn Nealon's death?
Yeah, it's been a very tough day. As you said, it started early this morning, finding out the news. Tragic loss. I hurt. Heavy heart today. I hurt for Marshawn. I hurt for his family. I hurt for his girlfriend. I hurt for every single one of my teammates. It's just a pain that you don't wish upon anybody. You wish none of us had to go through this. You wish Marshawn didn't have to go through what he went through. And just thankful for each moment we have in this life, and don't take it for granted. And hug and love on those that you do.
Dak is the de facto leader of this team, has been. The spiritual leader. He is all of that. Dak lost a brother.
Mm-hmm.
He knows.
He knows the pain.
He knows what it's like. It's one of those situations that I don't ever want to know what you got to do to get out of it. I don't want to know that. But I'd like to be around someone that did. I don't wish that pain on anyone. But being around somebody that has come through this. And on the other side of it, 988's the number. If you're suffering, call somebody. The world's better with you in it. Let's take some calls. 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We can talk Cowboys if you'd like, but we don't have to go there. We do want to talk some NFL as we get into the season last night. Last night we had our first game of the weekend. The Denver Broncos trying to prove to the world that they're as good as they think they are. Winning a football game against the Raiders, and I don't know how you quantify last night. I mean, you can look at it. I mean, this is old school AFC West. You throw out the record book because these teams just hate each other. And then you saw the uniforms they were wearing, and it looked like a game from 1975. That was a skillful coaching job, though not an impressive performance, if I can put it that way. Sean Payton is doing more with less offensively than any coach in football. It's very apparent that Bo Nix is serviceable, and that's it. We can't get any. And I'm a fan. I think he's the right guy at the right time for Sean Payton's offense. But let's not kid ourselves. There's not a lot of physical ability that's going to win a lot of football games for the Denver Broncos. They're going to win it by making you just punch drunk. They're going to come at they just come at you, and it's not a knockout blow. It's just a bunch of jabs, bam, 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 bam. And by about the fourth quarter, you just wore out. You ask the Giants, ask the Texans. By about the fourth quarter, they just keep coming at you. And defensively, it's constant pressure. It's that edge coming at you constantly. But offensively, they're just vanilla enough, with just enough athleticism to keep you thinking. You never know where you stand. Even though you feel like you're doing a good job with them, you look up at the scoreboard and you're behind. So Denver, on the hierarchy of playoff caliber teams, is either the best worst team or the worst best team. I don't know where I put them, because beating the Raiders is no prize. Now, they did hold them to under 200 yards of offense. They did, again, just dismantle an offense. They did take Brock Bowers out of the game. We saw what he was capable of last week. He's Superman. But did that look like a playoff team in the AFC? That looked like a playoff win was imminent with that thing? I don't think so. But I'm as big a fan as there is for these guys. I think that I give the credit to Sean Payton and his coordinators for doing exactly enough to win football games, doing the exact thing that is required. Now, they're not capable of much more, as you can tell by the lines, and they're beating bad teams, but at the end of the day, they're beating them. At the end of the day, they're doing what they need to do. And as you look at the teams that are kind of learning their way to do that, look at Carolina. Watch how Carolina's winning football games. Looks a lot like what Denver's doing. Just keep it ugly enough, protect your Protect your quarterback. Don't make him do anything stupid and attack the quarterback. Your call's on the NFL next. And also, as the Spurs get ready to head up to Houston, we got all kinds of talk from our players who left one on the table in L.A. We're going to hear from Wemby. We're going to hear from Mitch. Well, heck, we're going to even hear from Draymond calling Dak something and then apologizing for it. There's a lot going on in the world, and we want you to hang around with us. This is 94.1, and you're on San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're still working those two trouble spots along 35, southbound O'Connor, left lane blocked with a crash. It's a 15-minute delay, slow from Olympia Parkway. And then northbound 35 approaching 1604, this wreck causing about a 5-minute delay for now, slow from Thousand Oaks. On Austin Highway, southbound before you get to Walsham, heads up, getting reports of an accident. And we're definitely slowing down, 1604 westbound, Pat Booker Road to 281. Noticing a delay just northwest of downtown on I-10, lower level, eastbound Cincinnati to Commerce, rolling a bit slowly. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, you can keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. That's careers.progressive.com.
Last year, we bought over 54,000 cars from your friends and neighbors at GiveMeTheVin.com. Why did they sell us their cars? It's because you're worth more, and your car's worth more. I know that, and you know that. That's why I created GiveMeTheVin.com. It's the fastest and easiest way for you to sell your car for more money when it's time to sell. I'm sitting here waiting on the other end of GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
George gets justice. After an accident, a lot of people think they can't afford a lawyer. They're already stressed, hurting, or maybe out of work, and the last thing they need is a big retainer fee to get help. But here's the truth. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, you only pay if they win. Real help is within reach. Right now, call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/sports. SPORTS.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is a Football Friday, and we're going to be out at a high school football stadium, Harlandale Memorial.
Yeah, getting ready for the Frontier Bowl coming up, and obviously a big weekend for Texas A&M. We'll talk Aggie football with the voice.
And we'll get you ready for the Emirates Cup game between the Spurs and the Rockets.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Morning Huddle here on 94.1. I'm Rob Thompson, no AJ, at least this second half. We're carrying on. Next man up. Vic Brown pressing buttons. Hey, we got a show coming to San Antonio. It's over at the Aztec. It's the... Can you grow that page real quick?
Yeah,
there?
yeah, hold on.
It's Halloween, I believe is
There we go.
how you say that. Halloween's 40th anniversary North American tour, live April the 8th at the Aztec Theater.
Yeah,
I got 2 sets of 2.
Yep.
So let's give them both away in a row. So let's do this. Caller number 4 and caller number 5. Bam, bam. We'll go see Halloween at the Aztec. I'm sure this is a Live Nation gig, livenation.com for all the details.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough about Halloween. Is this them?
This is them.
Are they like an 80s supergroup? Sounds like rap to me.
Yeah, sounds like an 80s feel. Yeah, they're all old.
Yeah, get your Aquanet.
Yeah.
A little bit of eyeliner.
They all either have long hair or no hair.
Well, yeah. And that hair is either dyed or very gray.
Yeah, or thin.
Now,
Hey.
if they're all wearing hats, you know what it is. Halloween, get on the phone, talk to Vic. Callers number 4 and 5 are going to go see them in April.
I got Claymore on line 1.
Yeah.
Wants to ask you a question.
I do want to talk to Claymore. We're talking NBA, so if you do want to get in on that, let's let these lines clear. Let's give away those Halloween tickets, then we'll re-rack them for the NBA. Can you go ahead and bring Claymore, man? It's always a pleasure to talk. I'm glad you dialed him, 656-3776, 656-ESPN if you want to follow Claymore in that line or win some tickets, jump on the phones. Claymore, welcome on the Huddle. How you doing this morning?
Doing well, Rob. Hey, thanks for taking my call. Hey, real quick. So I'm looking at the standings, right? You got the Thunder sitting on number 1, Lakers at 2, Rockets at 3, Nuggets at 4, Spurs at 5, Blazers, Warriors, and Timberwolves, I guess, making up the top 8.
Yes.
So if the season ended today, hypothetically speaking, let's say the season ended today and nothing changes in the standings, so that means Nuggets and Spurs will be facing off. Question I got for you, Rob, is how do you think the Spurs will do and how far would they advance? You think they could beat the Nuggets in a 7-game series?
No. I will say this. They played them as well as anybody last year. They actually took a game up in Denver last year. They can play them well, but this, it would take, if it was to get to that, if we did get to a situation where we're playing Denver to get to either to win a playoff series or to get to the championship, Wemby's won the MVP. If we get there, if we're that good and we get through the playoffs, Wemby will have won the MVP or soon to be getting it, will be the defensive player of the year. And then at that point, I go, yeah, I think they could. But I don't think we're good enough to even get to that situation right now, Claymore. Joker is still the greatest player of the last 5 years. He's going to get another MVP at some point. We're talking about at that point he's going to get on the Mount Rushmore of players. He's that good and does everything Wemby does but better. Only thing that Wemby can do is out-jump him. But there's a better supporting cast, a championship tested supporting cast that's better this year than last. I just don't think, Claymore, that they'd be capable of it. But I will say this, if it did come to that and we were in that situation, obviously the Spurs Wemby will have done everything that we feel like he could do from that first bit of 5 games. But I just don't see how they they could get to that situation. Denver's really good. They're better than they were last year.
Rob, real quick before I hang up, I'm trying to squeeze in one more question.
I have a question for you when you're done.
Mavericks.
I want to talk about your Mavericks. So go ahead.
Right. So I'm looking at my Dallas Mavericks sitting on last place. Now, if things stay the way they are, the question that I have for you, I just want to hear your take on this. We got an old team.
Yes.
Kyrie, 33 years old, coming back from the torn ACL. I mean, usually guys who are coming back from the torn ACL usually struggle, and they take them usually up to a year. And then you got injury-prone Anthony Davis sitting on 32 years old. Klay Thompson, who's no longer a quality NBA starter. God bless him for everything that he's accomplished in the NBA. So I'm thinking, okay, if I was Mavs GM, which Nico right now is probably operating out of pride, I would probably just try to blow this thing up and trade those guys and just, start the full rebuild with Flag.
I think you're not there yet, and I think you brought the most important thing you just brought up is where exactly is Kyrie? Because I do think if Kyrie can, I don't expect, even if you like we were saying, even if he comes back, he's not going to be 100%. But the good news for Kyrie is he doesn't have to get back to the 100% of what Kyrie was 15 years or 10 years ago, 5 years ago. He doesn't have to get back to that. All he has to do is get back to some kind of semblance of a game manager. He doesn't have to be a superstar. He's just got to be good enough to help a young Cooper Flag get along. I do think that the Mavericks, because they stumbled out of the block, I do expect them to make a move, Claymore. I do think that they're going to be looking at the trade deadline. You mentioned the most important thing. They've got a bunch of old dudes on some longer contracts, and I think they're going to be able to dump some money and go get somebody. I wouldn't shock me a bit to see them chase a guy like Tyler Hero, who seems to be being shopped around right now. I do think he would fit in that offensive mode that they haven't been able to fill in the backcourt since they lost Brunson. And so I do think that that's part of the formula that Jason Kidd likes to have. So I do think they're going to do something in the meantime to kind of get themselves up there. There's enough talent on this team, Claymore, for Cooper Flag to still turn this into a Rookie of the Year campaign. We know what Anthony's capable of, and we know what Kyrie's at, and we know those young kids like PJ are good enough. This is a playoff caliber team. It just might not be the flash that everybody hoped once they got Cooper. Thanks for the call, Claymore. As always, if you don't follow on the Brigade Bar, you don't get to see half the stuff that Claymore does. That's on our YouTube. Go to YouTube and make sure you like and share and do all that other kind of stuff. But if you want to be part of the conversation with Claymore and the likes, that's always there. But if you want to get on the phone, 656-3776-656-ESPN. So, Wednesday night, Wemby goes through the ringer. 3 fouls in the first half. DeAndre Ayton plays inspired basketball. The Spurs have now lost 2 straight. What did our superstar think after the loss? Let's listen to some sound from Wemby yesterday. Coming off the loss, Wemby tells us, hey, not to worry about it.
I don't think it has. I think it's more like there's no worry really. It's just trying to figure out what's best. And I mean, there's obvious things we can correct right away, but there are things right now. It feels like the game is going fast somehow. It feels like the game has as we got better as a team, and as we always got better individually as well. It's like the opponents have stepped up.
I didn't get
in some ways defensively, and I feel in a way that the game feels fast right now. So we're gonna catch up on it, of course, but it's on us to see how quick.
Okay, that's Wemby post game. We all saw it. If you watch the game, we see the beginning of the Wemby rules. And the Wemby rules are like any other superstar's rules. It's just how you apply them to the position they play. The idea to have a superstar-led team is to do one of two things. One, make him think that he's the only guy that can do it, and make him take every shot. Make sure you defend everybody else, and let that superstar go get 50, go get 60, but nobody else offer anything. And then when it comes to crunch time, you take that guy away and force those dudes that hadn't done anything all day to go win the game if it comes to that. That's one way, and over the years, Pop has used that strategy more than once. And the other thing is to never let them beat you, to let everybody else have an opportunity to beat you. Give them wide open shots. Bring double teams from places that are both obvious and not obvious, and then rough up that star. And that's going to be what Wemby's going to go through for the next month, 2 months, all season, until he proves that if you do that to him, the price that you pay will be a loss. That it's almost better to let him shoot just as much as Devin from the corner, or Harrison from the corner, or Keldon slashing, or De'Aaron in the high pick and roll. It might be better to go that route than to let Wemby pick you apart from 7 feet above the ground, passing to wide open cutters, finding wide open threes in the corner. It's probably better to let Wemby just get 2. But until he can prove that he can do that, it's going to keep coming. And Mitch was asked about these double teams and what we're going to be doing about them.
He'll be fine. We need to get him the ball in better spots. We need to get to our starting spots earlier. He needs to be more demonstrative and demand the ball. When he doesn't, he should yell at everybody in the gym, including his teammates and myself, and he'll be fine. We'll be better.
So some of that involves coaching. Some of that involves teammates allowing it. But most importantly, it involves Wemby being available and doing the things that you have to do to get through this. Play Mitch 5.
I think it is a game-to-game deal in terms of sometimes where they put their extra bodies and whatnot, but I do think when we have appropriate spacing around him, anywhere, whether that's at the nail, the elbow, the block, off the block, when we have appropriate spacing and we give enough time, sometimes when we don't get there early enough, then we're running up against the clock, and that double can make you a little bit frantic. And I think when we get him the ball in the right spots and he demands the ball, right, as they're being physical, he can't let them push him out. And, I think there was a time even at the end of the first half where he dropped his shoulder and there's a foul on them. And that's going to be something he's going to have to continue to do to set a tone, because if they're not going to protect him, he's got to protect himself at some point.
That in one 42-second clip will define this season, will define Wemby's season, and will define the Spurs season. That 42-second clip of what are we going to have to do, what Wemby's going to have to do for the Spurs to win basketball games on the regular, to be a consistent winner, to win 3 and 4 straight with just a drop here and there, not 2 wins, 2 losses, 3 wins, 3 losses, not to be that, to weather the storm and to be a good basketball team. It will come down to Wemby's decision-making and Wemby's toughness. Is he going to be tough enough to get into the paint and to take the beating and to draw the fouls, to lean in with the shoulder, to take that night in and night out abuse and deliver the ball to others and to score and get the and ones? Is he going to be tough enough to get in there? And can he learn where those doubles are coming from and how to pick them apart? The sooner he gets it, the sooner he does that, the sooner he becomes a superstar. If he gets it early, he'll be MVP. If he figures it out, if it comes as quick as what we saw over this summer, the radical different dude, he'll be the MVP. But it'll involve one other thing that has really been a quality that we were surprised, I think, is toughness is kind of a variable thing. I don't know how you quantify toughness. There's toughness playing hurt. There's toughness, not shying away from contact. There's mental toughness where nothing gets to you. All of those things. But to exhibit that to other teams, to other players around you, it's a physical manifestation. It is I'm going to dominate you. I'm going to flex on you. And if you make a mistake, I'm going to embarrass you. And for the first 3 or 4 games, we saw that from Wemby. If you made a mistake, he was going to stand over you. He was going to flex. He was going to scream. He wasn't just going to tap your shot. He was going to send it into the 4th row. That's the toughness that we're going to have to see when he's laying on his back, when he gets pushed down and it's the 7th foul on him and he's shooting 60% and he's missed his last 3 and he hadn't completed 2 in a row all game long. But right now he has to have it. When he can't feel his fingers because the last shot he took was an elbow to the back of his arm and his hand's numb. Those are when superstars are made. And the good news is he's going to get every opportunity every night to be a superstar. Because as Mitch just said, There's sometimes you've got to demand it. Don't just expect it. You got to demand it, even when things aren't going right. That's where superstardom comes. And tonight he's going to have 21 feet of big man going against him. You got the wall that is the Rockets. We only got one more hour of fun. The next hour, we'll figure out how they're going to be the Rockets and what the hell's going on with the Pelicans. We're going to figure out where John Morant should land. We're going to tell you how A&M's going to beat the state of misery. We're going to figure out if Georgia is exactly who Georgia thinks they are, or are they who we think they are. Oh, it's going to be fun. Hey, go carbo load, grab some caffeine. We'll be right back. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, you can keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. That's careers.progressive.com.
You know, Ewald Kubota should be your Kubota dealer. They've been my Kubota dealer for as long as I can remember. Heck, they were my dad's Kubota dealer. And there is no better feeling than walking into a dealership with good intentions and knowing that I make a proper offer, a reasonable offer on a product, I am going to get a yes. And no reasonable offer is ever refused at an Ewald Kubota, because they know that the purchase, the beginning, is just the beginning, that the relationship will go on for years because they're going to stand behind their product, and you're not going to want to choose another one after you get an Ewald. And this season, as it starts to cool off, you got some work to do on your property, you're getting ready for hunting and need a brand new ATV. Man, oh man, do they have specials going on now. Great financing rates going on, and go make your deal over at any one of the Ewald Kubotas. But if you got a new project, whether it's out at your property or if this is for your industrial purposes, you need a couple of bits of heavy equipment. Let me tell you, call Ewald. They're going to take care of you from soup to nuts. It'll be delivered. It'll be taken care of. They know that their business depends on your business running right, and they're going to take care of you all the way through. Head into any one of those Ewald Kubotas all around town and make your deal. They're ready for you. Ewald Kubota, from the coast of Texas to our Texas Hill Country. They are certainly your Kubota dealer.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue, the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, is now taking orders for Thanksgiving smoked turkeys and holiday parties. Hurry! Our whole smoked turkeys sell out every year. Order a freshly smoked, perfectly seasoned turkey and add heat at home with delicious sides for your best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Smoky Mo's is your holiday catering specialist. Check out our holiday catering menu at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com or call a Smoky Mo's near you. Don't wait. Head to SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com today.
The NBA season's rolling, and DraftKings' newest game, Pick 6, is the easiest way to play for your shot at big wins. NBA stars are lighting it up. Now their numbers aren't just highlights. They're your shot to cash in. Here's how it works. Just pick more or less on 2 or more player stats. The better your picks, the bigger your payout. New DraftKings customers get $50 in Pick 6 credits with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Pick, play, cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code KTFM. That's code KTFM. Play just $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 18 and over. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Void where prohibited. One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 14 days. Ends December 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're still working those two trouble spots along 35, southbound O'Connor, left lane blocked with a crash. It's a 15-minute delay, slow from Olympia Parkway. And then northbound 35 approaching 1604, this wreck causing about a 5-minute delay for now, slow from Thousand Oaks. On Austin Highway, southbound before you get to Walsham, heads up, getting reports of an accident. And we're definitely slowing down, 1604 westbound, Pat Booker Road to 281. Noticing a delay just northwest of downtown on I-10, lower level, eastbound Cincinnati to Commerce, rolling a bit slowly. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
Somber news from the Dallas Cowboys as defensive end Marshawn Nealon died yesterday due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was just 24 years old. The Spurs return to action tonight as they take their 2-game losing streak back home, welcoming the Rockets into the Frost Center for the first of the Emirates Cup group stage game. Tip-off is set for 6:30 on Amazon Prime. In college football, UTSA got hammered by South Florida, losing 55-23, spotting South Florida 14 points to start the game. Finally, in high school football, it's the regular season finale on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars. We have the Frontier Bowl, Harlandale taking on McCollum. It all starts at 7 with the pregame and kickoff at 7:30. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Gather round. We got a lot to talk about. It's the Morning Huddle. Huddle up as appropriate. We're one man down, but we're carrying on. I'm Rob Thompson. AJ is in the hole. Headed north. Up 35. Going to a wedding. What's your plans this weekend, Vic?
Nothing. I stay home, save money. You save money doing that.
You know what, man? Sometimes I spend more money at home.
No, I used to do that, but I stay off of Amazon.
Yeah, the Amazon thing gets me.
Yeah.
I get bored. And then you can start ordering food, and before I know it, I've spent more sitting on the couch.
Yeah, I don't do the, the spontaneous purchases like when I'm at HEB or go with somebody. Nah, I just stay home.
The Worst Fest starts. We got going up on the New Braunfels this weekend.
Oh.
Which, I don't know what the Farmer's Almanac says, but the Thompson Almanac says the second weekend of Worst Fest is always cold.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have any proof, but my trick knee and, watching the birds and where the dew is on the back of leaves, I can tell you it's going to be cold next week.
Yeah, and the Farmer's Almanac is going to end, I think, after next year. That's it. They're not going to do anymore.
Because of tariffs?
Probably. But, yeah, they finally announced it after a 208-year run. They're going to –
I don't understand. What, things are going to change?
No, they're just not going to do it anymore.
They're not going to do it anymore?
Nope. No more almanac. Since, what was it, 1818? Yeah.
Well, that's terrible.
This is
I
it.
didn't mean to bring the house down.
No. But I just saw that today, as a matter of fact, and I was amazed. Almanac 2026.
Yeah, see, no, we're going to cover all that this hour. All the stuff I said, we're going to cover it all.
All right.
I just wish I could remember all the stuff I said.
Let's talk about everything.
I mean, just it was kind of a word salad to get out.
Yeah.
Let's talk some college football. Tech is playing the biggest game I can remember going on in Lubbock in a long, long time. This, for anybody who has ever spent some time out in Lubbock, there is no more middle child. I've been left out. I know what's mine. I don't get what I deserve. University anywhere in the world. Now, I come from a cult. I get where I come from has got its own particular issues, but I happen to have spent time in both of these towns, in Lubbock and in College Station, and there's a few similarities, but the differences are Aggies always feel like we don't deserve success for whatever reason. If it's going good, something bad's about to happen. It's the battered Aggie syndrome. So we just expect the worst to happen. It's just been beaten into us. But Tech, on the other hand, always expects, if it can go, they expect the best. And that's a good thing to expect. But sadly, more often than not, Tech gets kicked in the nuts with a steel boot. That just when they think things are going great for whatever reason, Tech just has a problem with the big game just escaping them. They always seem to get close, and you wonder if this year is the year. And I do. In fact, you can check the tape. I picked them to win the Big 12 as the season began, because what Joey McGuire has done, what he and billionaire Dusty have done, is created and been the first of the modern college football team that we can, whatever we need, we can buy. We can money whip a problem. And as long as we're allowed to go do what we want to do and be left alone, we can go get enough to be successful. And Tech did it. They got themselves a coach, they got themselves some money, and went and bought the best defense they could buy. And it worked. So far, so good. And I think this is going to be pretty tomorrow. I think that this is going to be finally, Tech is going to have reason to celebrate. Not just a huge win where you ram the goalpost into the opposing team's family or anything like that. I'm talking about the kind of win that puts you in a situation where you get some national cred in this little place up in Lubbock. I think they're finally going to do it. They got game day up there, which on its own, I tell you, Lubbock, that entire county smells like an empty bottle of bourbon today.
What?
When you go to an LSU night game, they're legendary for the amount of consumption. And you want to play LSU early in the day. And the same way with a game at Tech. But, it's not the same going into Lubbock. You're not playing the same kind of football team. But the best thing that could happen for Tech team, is to play early. Get up and get it done. Get up and play at 11. The last thing Lubbock needs is a full day of partying before the game that kicks it like 3 or 4 over Jones Stadium. I think this would be the kind of game that Joey McGuire will look back on as the moment that McGuire became a national name. The moment that McGuire and Tech had to start thinking about, how are we going to hold on to this guy? How are we going to keep McGuire in the building in Lubbock? Because this win will catapult them certainly into an assured Big 12 title game. But they'll be 90% of the way, I think, to playing in a playoff. And they're going to be far more ready than Arizona State. They don't have quite the star power that State did last year, especially at this time of the year when they still had a wide receiver. But they've got the kind of defense that would scare some teams. And it'll start tomorrow, man. This Tech fan, put on your red and black, guns up. I'm with you. I think this is an opportunity for you guys to kind of, be in the corner and own this Big 12. What do you guys think? 656-377-6656 ESPN. We do appreciate it. I promise you we're going to do a bunch of things, and we're going to have to bounce around a little bit. The Cowboys have gone through just this terrible situation over the last couple of hours. The ramifications of which are they're going to be felt for the rest of the season. We ordinarily have Shotty on Fridays. He normally comes on at 8:30. He didn't come on today, and it probably was not because of Mr. Nealon's passing. It was probably due to more of a scheduling thing. We normally don't have the coach on the bye week. That's just not normal. But in this year's schedule that had been sent to us, we noticed yesterday that we did have him on the schedule. He did cancel and certainly did. When you look at a team that loses a player, that loses a loved one, when you see teams that are wearing black armbands or a black dot on their helmet, it's always the game always becomes secondary. And that can go one of two ways. Anybody who's ever been on a sport has been on a team that went through something devastating. Certainly the likes of which a death is unprecedented for me. I've never dealt with that. But I have been on teams, been around teams that have lost a guy for whatever reason. It might be a tragic injury that they're out for the rest of the year, and they know what was going to be hard just got a whole lot worse. It could be, a variety of things. And in my experience, and I think most coaches will tell you, that the first week, you're numb. The get-over period, you're just trying to make sense of where you are. You're running on adrenaline. You're reacting without thought. You're just doing what feels appropriate just to get yourself to a place where you can kind of find where you are, to gather your wits about you. And this is both the best scenario and the worst for the Cowboys because the entire team has spread to the winds. This is the vacation week. This is where everybody on after the game on Tuesday morning was catching flights. They were dealing with the rehab. Everybody was probably not due back, I would guess, probably till Tuesday of next week. That I don't know what their schedule was, but that's pretty typical. Or Monday, depending on what the bye week looked like. But treatment guys weren't going to leave. They were going to go through everything. But everybody else was gone. So now everybody's plans have been shucked. We're going to have to all get back together. We're going to have to deal with a funeral. And then we're going to put the team back in practice. And then we're going to deal with the ramifications of not having a vital part of what has already been a problem part of the defense. And Shotty's a first-year coach going through this. This could turn this team into something absolutely unique. It's in these situations where, when there's no tomorrow, sometimes you play a little bit better. There's the old story about in Vietnam, General Westmoreland gathered all of his generals right after the Tet Offensive, and he had every one of them write their obituary. Write it, because it could be over. And once those generals took the realization that it's probably over, it's a freeing experience. And I think that this is one of those situations where I ask my team, if I'm the coach, you write your obituary. I want you to tell me how this season ends. I want you to write it. It starts right now. I want you to write it. I want you to figure out how we get through this, because it's going to take more than you thought you had. Everybody on this team, especially on the defense, is going to take more than you thought you had. It will be a test of Shotty's mettle. And I don't think true success will even be measured in wins. I think true success will be measured in how this team, how Dak, how this newly put together defense, how this young coach, how they come together in a way that they didn't think they would need to and probably didn't think they could. Because they're going to go through this week, they're going to be numb. They're going to show up for practice, and they're going to just try to get through, and they got a game. They probably won't even remember the football game. They're going to remember how they felt going into the game. They're going to never forget that part, because there'll be all of the necessary memorials. There'll be all the necessary moments of silence. There's going to be all those things that we do to grieve. Then they're going to play a football game, and that'll be the easiest game they play for the rest of the year. It'll be the easiest game that they play for the rest of the year, because this won't be about winning. It'll be about surviving. Surviving mentally. They always talk about be wary of the sick golfer, be wary of the sick basketball player, be wary of the team that's just trying to survive. We just got to get to Monday, man. We got to figure out a way to lift our heads up and find some purpose in this game. Find a reason to go and do it. I love these kind of turning points in sports. I hate the way you get here. I hate the way that you have to go through trauma, to go through the absolute worst to find out how you are. But I love the outcome. We'll see how it happens. You know, there's a college team going to go through that, not nearly to the depths. And we're going to talk about it on the other side as we head into college football. First, we're going to talk UTSA. Talk about somber. And then we're going to look at the biggest couple of games of the week. I'm not so sure about this LSU-Alabama game. I'm not so sure that this is the best place for Alabama to be right now. We're going to talk about that on the other side. Teams coming together and becoming something that they didn't think they could be. We get a chance to see that tomorrow, and we'll get a chance to see that from the Cowboys in a little bit over a week. We'll talk some college football. We got some news of the weird, and we'll muddle our way through. And we don't want to leave without your calls. And, oh, by the way, Charles Barkley did had some interesting thoughts on a crime-fighting basketball player. Talking college football next. Hang around with us. This is 94.1. You're on San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and happy Friday as you head into your midday commute. We're still working this accident on 90 on the frontage road, eastbound at 1604. Main lanes are getting by. Again, the wreck is on the frontage road. Cleared the accident, Thousand Oaks at Nacogdoches, and I-10 lower level eastbound Cincinnati to Commerce. Noticing a little bit of stop and go through the area. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation. Whether on foot or behind the wheel, we all want to get home safe. Drivers, do your part by watching for pedestrians. Stop and yield for them at crosswalks, and take an extra moment to look for people when you're turning. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
Need a reason to call Thomas J. Henry Law after a car accident? How about $1 billion? Because Thomas J. Henry Law fights even when the insurance company says your claim is worth nothing. Thomas J. Henry doesn't back down. That's how we put over $1 billion in our clients' pockets in just the last 4 years. And why we're one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. Car accident? Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700 plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Who wants to have some fun? Put your hand down, Vic.
Sorry.
It's the Huddle here on San Antonio Sports Star. I'm in my second Friday. Most of y'all, you're in the first. Took the day off yesterday. I forgot that AJ was going to hit the road.
I thought it was next week.
I had
Actually, I
something
thought it was
prepared. I would have made a nice meal. I would have had a solid 5 minutes of stand-up ready for you. But unfortunately, I didn't prepare. And those who fail to prepare to fail, I've been told. Not your blue ribbon must-see weekend of college football, but it doesn't mean there's not good football. It's just not what we expected we was going to see. We thought we were going to see Indiana-Penn State. That was going to be a battle of the Titans there in the Big Ten. We thought we were going to see an LSU-Alabama game that mattered more than one team for pride and one team for proof, but that's what we get this weekend. I do think while those aren't showpiece games, there is certainly some intrinsic value in watching two teams that do believe that they have a title in their future in Indiana and Alabama. Penn State is roadkill. I'm not going to pretend that they have a prayer. I think the only interesting part of this game is how many people are going to be sitting in the stands in Happy Valley in the fourth quarter. I mean, how many people are going to show up and legitimately, I would like to see a picture of what the fourth quarter looks like, and I can tell you what the score is by the number of fans I see sitting in the end zone. I can tell you if I see a bunch of just seats and benches, it's probably 40 to 45 point spread, which is what I expect. I don't think, if given the opportunity and given Cignetti's history there at Indiana and previously at Madison, he doesn't stop scoring, and he's very aware of the spread. I think that this could be the very bottom for Penn State. It won't get any worse than this, than Indiana, who has never won a game, not once, not now, not up to this point, ever won a game in Happy Valley. I think that could be absolutely just a destruction, a biblical one. Now, I don't see this with LSU Alabama, because the primary difference here is Penn State lost its soul, had its soul snatched from them. They had an interception that punched them in the face, and then their starting quarterback blew a knee or out for the year. It was all over, and they had a tenuous relationship with their coach. I don't think James Franklin held Penn State back. I just think he had the bad mojo. I can tell you, I have no doubt in my mind that Brian Kelly has been the problem at LSU. There's no hesitation. And I find it interesting as we watch all the things that have happened after they fired Kelly. When you had the governor stepping in, like, nah, man, UAD, who, by the way, is now fired, you don't get to pick. There was so obviously, by everybody that knew, a problem, like a deep and terrible problem, that the governor had to step in and cut through the LSU muck to say a decision had to be made. I'm not saying this was any kind of good move by him, but it just is indicative of what the situation they find themselves. Frank Wilson, there is not a better man for this time than Frank Wilson. He's level-headed. He is a solid X's and O's dude. When he was here at UTSA, it was never a problem with play calling or talent even. Keep in mind, Coach Traylor won with those guys. With Frank Wilson's dudes, Traylor showed up and won with them. It was never a matter of talent. It was more about a matter of depth. He just never had enough of the dudes. But give 60 minutes to a coach like Frank Wilson with the talent like LSU has, given the history that Alabama has with Kalen DeBoers, they do have a history of not showing up in games. Now, LSU's a little different. I mean, we know that the rivalry's there, and I know Alabama smells some blood. But I don't think this is a foregone conclusion. I don't think that this is just Alabama rolling. I think that LSU comes out with their hair on fire and tries to make some big plays early, tries to put Bama on their heels. And if they can do that early, if they can get a score or two or a turnover or two, or at least, well, they're going to have to get to do what I think they're going to have to do. They're going to have to hold a 10-point lead early. They're going to have to make Alabama start to question who they are and question their coach yet again. And if they can do that, I think they've got a shot, and I do like them to cover. Nussbaum's terrible. Nussmeier, he's terrible. He's not what we thought, but he's still good enough to complete to some of those stars. Now, there's some things that are going to have to be reawakened with LSU. They're going to have to go find this running game that they lost, that they forgot about or were absolutely unable to fix, but they're going to have to go find it. But if they do, I'd like LSU to cover. I think that this is just one of those old school SEC, we're going to the mattresses. It might be 7-3, just blood and guts kind of battle. But the longer LSU can stay in the game, if they can stay close or keep the lead in the first half, they can stay close or keep the lead in the third. I think Alabama, despite best efforts from a young quarterback that I do like in Preston, I think Alabama will give it to them. I think that the pressure will cause Bama to crack. Now, if they come out and take this early and fast, it could get out of hand. I just don't see Frank Wilson letting his team have that happen to him because of his demeanor. He's not a fiery coach by any stretch. He's very calm and very cool under pressure. I appreciated Coach Wilson while he was here. He was dealt a bad hand, and it never was really a great fit, but he did a good job. He does have a history and an ability to actually go win a football game, no matter the brightness of the lights, no matter whether it's direction of Louisiana School or LSU. He's fully capable and can meet this opportunity. And I'll tell you what, I think LSU's got a definite chance. Now let's talk bad news. I don't know how long you stayed with that UTSA game. I made the mistake of going, well, it's a 6:30 kick. I'm going to eat dinner. I'm going to do some stuff before the sun sets. And then I'm going to start the game a little late. And then I made the mistake of seeing a score. How on earth did this happen? That they're down 14-0, and there's under 2 minutes to go left, or they've still got like 13 minutes left in the first quarter. I've never seen that happen before. I don't know how you quantify what happened to UTSA. I could say this. I think Owen McCown is a heck of a quarterback, and I think Owen McCown has the talent to play on Sunday. I also don't think Owen McCown values the football. I don't think Owen has enough care for the ball. Now, that first pass of the game, first play of the game, pick six, that's a rough one. But he did throw into coverage. It wasn't a tip ball. It was a terrible throw. And then to turn around and do it again, to spot a team 14 points like South Florida, I'm not saying it's karmic. And we all knew that South Florida has different intentions and is a different place as a football program than UTSA. UTSA is just trying to fit in the current conference. They're just trying to fit in and grow into the conference that they, quite frankly, right now can't afford to be in. And South Florida's trying to buy their way out. They're on another side. UTSA is coming in the back door. And South Florida they're for sale. They're trying to jump into the ACC. They're trying to look SEC worthy. They're trying to go play someplace else, and their players proved it. They were deeper than UTSA. I don't think they were that much better. But given the way that the Roadrunners came out and performed last week against a very good and possible playoff caliber Tulane team, and then to spot a team like South Florida 14 points to start the game, there was no chance. They shot themselves in the foot so early. You knew that it was over from the get-go. And it doesn't help when your quarterback doesn't value the ball. It just seemed they were a little loose. And the way that Coach Traylor just jumped the press and said, you guys have been wrong about this and wrong about that. Well, it turns out some of those things are kind of right about. Now, there was no disgrace in losing to South Florida on the road, ask Florida. But it was how that went down so early. I don't know how to quantify this team. And, when we had Coach on Monday, one of the things that I can't get away from is how much he likes this team. But it is such a flawed team. And I think he likes it because when he sees them overcome their flaws, that it's really a cool thing to see because it is obvious. And we saw it against Tulane. But then we saw who they can be and sadly have been half the time this year last night. It's going to be to watch Coach close this season out, to try to get them into a bowl. I think he won't look back on this year with much fondness, but it might turn out to be one of his better coaching jobs because they are shallow. They did lose a lot of talent, and it was evident last night that while the starters for UTSA can compete against anybody, for the most part, that once you get to the bench, once we get to our second and third players, there's just not enough Jimmies and Joes. And all the things that Coach complains about are evident, that we do lack size. We do lack just the body type that higher D1 schools get that UTSA has to fight for, that has to pay for, that they can't. And last night was such an evident thing. The team that had the money, that has the intention, looked like that team. And the team with a coach that's begging for money, that doesn't have the depth, they look like that team. And a testament to UTSA, I mean, they did come back and at least offer some resistance. I mean, they did fight back, but I think last night, more than any game this year, and it won't be the Tulane game, I think last night for UTSA was more indicative of what this team is. They are fun, they are risk-taking, but they're loose. And this would have been the time to show that against the best team in their conference. And they didn't. And that one was a rough one. And I think a lot of it was another weird week. They've had them 2 weeks in a row. They're still kind of off. And the good part was they did have a full week to prepare, but it looked like they had come off a short week. They looked tired, and they looked uncomfortable on grass too. This is a team that looks to play better on a fast track. Hey, let's put this week to bed, coming up on the other side. I got some weird news from a wide receiver being being brought back from Dubai for alleged crimes. One involved a shooting and a cloned dog from a dude that might actually be a clone. But before we do that, I want to give away some tickets. John Mulaney, one of my favorite stand-ups. He's a Muppet. He's not even human. He's animatronic. He's animatronic, but he's funny. He's going to be at the Bass Concert Hall in Austin just a couple of weeks on November the 15th, and I got 2 tickets in my back pocket. They're only slightly bent, and I think you can use them. If you want to go see John Mulaney, get on the phones. The first guy or gal that Vic talks to is going to go to John Mulaney on us. It'll be November the 15th at the Bass Concert Hall in Austin, Texas. Hey, let's close the show with a bang, not a whimper. We'll be right back. This is the Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You know, I make decisions every day, but the easiest ones I've been making for the last several weeks are Dak Prescott. The more Dak is riding the wave, and I've been with him on Prize Picks, and being right can get you paid, especially when you're doing it on the weekly. Prize Picks has everything you need to have some fun on all your favorite games. If you like winning, you like to know what you're doing, Prize Picks is your answer, because you can do the research and you can go out and win, and it's so simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players, and you can get up to 2,000x on your money if you pick right. Now, they offer stacks is what I love, and you can pick the same player in up to 3 different venues and play them in the same lineup, and you can only find this at Prize Picks. That's why I go there every day. You want to know another reason? Alamo. Remember the code Alamo, and you get $50 in lineups if you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo. You get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 in lineups. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm. How can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in Iraq, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry. You called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer, lead, or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only 100% night harvested agave. And you might be saying, well, why do I care when it's harvested? It allows the agave to be harvested while it's resting and out of the brutal heat. Benefits to workers who would normally work into the heat of the day. It's just better for the flavoring. And speaking of flavoring, it's 100% additive free. No flavoring, sweetening, or coloring added, and it's unfiltered. Live your life unfiltered and do it with Blue Star Tequila. Find Blue Star Tequila at Alamo City Liquors, Costco, Specs, and Total Wine.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
Red Panda, she was back last night in Chicago wearing a Jordan jersey and all and killed it. She killed it. That broken wrist, no problem. Because I saw they had, in the story I read, had the original accident where she falls off the unicorn and breaks her wrist.
She's riding a unicorn, huh?
The unicycle.
You got that too. I was thinking, what did he just say?
Oh my God.
I mean, her act has really changed.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from the Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, huddle up. This is our last time to talk before we spread to the winds and don't gather together again until Monday. It's the Morning Huddle. That's Victor Brown. I'm Rob Thompson. This is KBB sitting beside me. He's sitting in as best he can. He's a little hoarse today. I'm not going to ask him to do too much. So, a little behind the scenes. We're going to talk some weird news and close this thing out correctly. And I need some crowdsource help. We had a 5-minute discussion over the break about where's the Spurs game tonight. I have it listed on Prime Video. But I thought I had heard that it was going to be over the air on one of the local channels. I could be wrong.
I didn't see it on the local channel.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I checked my TV guide. I didn't see it on anything. But I didn't check
TV guide.
Well, no, on my Fubo guide because if you have YouTube TV, you're screwed right now.
Hold on, I have it right here. Rockets Spurs Friday, November 7th, 6 p.m. Central. It's on Prime.
It's on Prime. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be where you catch that. But you'll probably be listening to our high school football game of the week because it is the Frontier Bowl tonight. Old school debts will be settled tonight down on the south side of town. Jason will be on the call tonight. Make sure you check it out. It is the last game of high school football's regular season tonight. I didn't go to a game, but it seems awfully quick. It seems like the football season's already done. I'm shocked, but it's the last game, and we've got a good one tonight, one of those old school ones. I hadn't thought of Antonio Brown in a minute. I hope no one's really had occasion to have to think of Antonio Brown. But I did see that he was extradited from Dubai yesterday.
What?
You know.
Okay, when you told me that, I didn't comprehend there for a second, but like, what are you talking about? What happened?
Well, he was wanted in connection with a shooting earlier this year.
Okay.
And I guess he just ran off and hid in Dubai.
And how long was he there?
Evidently for a couple of weeks. Let's see here.
Hold on. Let's see.
He'd been there for, the shooting happened on May the 17th at a celebrity boxing event hosted by this streamer named Aiden Ross.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's right.
There was the video that showed up, and there was some gunplay. And I guess Antonio just hightailed it to Dubai.
Yeah, I follow Aiden, too. So, I almost forgot about that.
He said he was jumped, but he's also saying that he's got CTE. He blacked out. He doesn't remember what happened.
Oh, come on.
I think that, at the end of the day,
there we go.
The piper is always paid. At the end of the day, your debts are always paid one way or another. And I think that Antonio Brown's debts are about to come to fruition. Now, his debt will be paid. He might not pay everybody back that he owes in one way or another, but couldn't happen to a nicer guy. And I wonder why Dubai.
I mean, he could be extradited.
It seems like
he had to have known that, or is that the CTE?
I got CTE. I thought I was in Argentina.
Yeah,
I thought I'd gone someplace where they were.
I thought I could
non-extradition.
Here. Like, come on.
So remember when Tom Brady had him live in his house? Remember how that went down?
Oh yeah, that would have. I couldn't imagine that.
I mean, this guy ends up going to go in for murder, and he was living in the bachelor pad. Now, Tom Brady made the news the other day for something entirely different. This is, I honestly don't know how to take this. Because everybody who's owned a dog, we all have that dog. Mm-hmm. That one dog that, we love all of our dogs. But we all have, at least I do. The dog that I've had, there's a dog in my past that when I do cross that rainbow bridge and I see all of my former pets, there's one that
stands out.
That stands out. That will be the dog that when I think of myself and an animal and all the love and all that, and I've loved all of them, but this one stands apart. You always wondered, if there was a way to keep that dog around. Well, Tom Brady's dog, Junie, is a clone of a former dog.
No freaking way.
He's invested.
He had it cloned?
He had his dog cloned. His current dog's name, Junie, is actually the clone of his former pet, Lua, who passed away in December of 23. Now, the dog was actually born very soon after the dog had passed, but he hadn't let it out that he was running around with a clone.
I mean, they all look the same anyway.
Well, I saw a story. The name of this company.
What breed is it? Does it say?
I saw it. I don't know. It was a breed that I'd heard of.
Hold on, let me see here.
The company that does this, he's invested in. And there's also a company, Colossal Biosciences, recently completed acquisition of Viagen Pets and Equine, another biotech company. They are trying to bring back dire wolves.
Now that'd be cool.
Dude, I've seen this movie. It doesn't go well.
Aren't they bringing back
would you
mammoths
clone
too?
your dog? I mean, if
Nah. Once Dipstick's gone later.
Well, see, because I saw a story, and the thing is, you get a genetic copy of the dog, but it's more like a.
But it's not going to remember you.
Well, all of that. It's kind of like it's a fraternal twin. It'll look a lot like it, but the genetic code has a lot of things in there. There's some variances that you can't control. It won't be an exact replica.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because it was a fertilized egg. I think. I don't know how this works, but I did see a person who had their dogs cloned. He said, no, it's not the same dog. In fact, it's an entirely different personality. It looks the same, but it acts completely different.
That's why I'm saying just get another dog. It's going to be different anyway. And it's $50,000 to do this?
That's actually less than I thought it would be. Only people that are going to do this are crazy millionaires.
Yeah.
Crazy billionaires. I'd charge 10 times that much.
I would not spend that much on cloning the dog.
And I've loved my animals as much as that, but.
Yeah, but you love them for, when you get a puppy, it's like you're assumed you're taking care of them for the next 15 years.
That's the,
So it's in my head that this dog is going to pass at some point, not like live forever. It
is. You're exactly right.
But
there's so many other parts of just the ethics of this that I can't even begin to comprehend. But if I was to ask you, pick the person in the world today, and not Elon Musk, because that's the most obvious, that is most likely to have a cloned pet, and I would have had Tom Brady on the top 5.
Let's see. Yeah?
I guarantee you.
Bezos, maybe?
Oh, Bezos is the type.
Yeah,
I guarantee
probably
you.
owns it.
Tom's got a little bit of himself in a vial.
Hey, there's like 300 people that are frozen waiting to be brought back to life.
I guarantee you Tom's like, I am the perfect quarterback. I played football till I was 45. Genetically, I'm perfect. I'm going to clone myself.
That would be weird. Hey, aren't the Mannings pretty good?
Well, I'm just saying, if you go, okay, who's the dude out there that you'd think, who's the most likely to go, yeah, I'll clone myself? It's the guy that sleeps in a vacuum chamber. It's the guy that won't eat nightshades because he's afraid of inflammation. He's the guy that does all the things that Tom Brady did to play, is the guy that says, yeah, I'll clone myself because I'm perfect.
Yeah.
And I know that the clone, if I did the same thing, will live the same way.
Hey, so AJ can clone KBB then.
Well,
That'll be the same kitty.
We could, but from what I understand, you guys have a new. I didn't see this cat, but there's another cat.
We haven't named it. It's all black. It's a creepy cat.
And it's wounded, huh?
Yeah, and it's real nice, just like the other one was, but it's pretty wounded. Looks like it's got in a few fights.
And I didn't see it this morning, but we have a new stray cat that has showed up. And
yeah, I told AJ to bring. AJ fed him this morning, so now he's going to be around.
Yeah. Well, I'm not paying for the taxidermy of yet another cat.
I get that. No, KBB was enough.
I'll donate, as we did with this, the lovely stuff job that we did with KBB. He's as lifelike as he ever was.
I know. That's pretty cool.
He looks better in death than he did in life.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly much thicker. But that's an investment. Don't name that cat.
Oh, no, we're not naming it. It's just Kitty.
Just Kitty.
just Kitty.
Keep the big balls
Kitty.
off.
Just Kitty, yeah. Hey, Kitty. That's it. That's all it gets.
Well, that's the news of the weird. That's all I've got. Well,
I can't understand. It doesn't make any sense. But if you got all that money, why not, right?
Well, I would love to have access to it, but I just don't know if it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I've read enough books to.
I'd like to own a dire wolf. That'd be cool.
That's a whole other thing, man.
Get it as a puppy and raise it, and then watch it get as big as you and.
That's
bigger than an Irish wolfhound.
Yeah, that's the likes of which I see. Like I keep saying, I've seen this movie. It doesn't end well. And I think if we're going to clone something, I think we start with like a doodle, like a labradoodle, some kind of doodle that, that's not going to strike fear. We're not going to have some kind of rabid clone doodle taking over the world. That's one thing. You start cloning dire wolves, you've gone down an exit that I don't want to get on.
I would like one, though.
No. And I didn't even, honest to God.
I'd be the one to get it.
I didn't even know dire wolves were real.
Yeah, they existed.
I thought dire wolves were from Game of Thrones. That was just some kind of made-up thing, that there had been at some point giant wolves roaming the earth. I didn't know that was a real thing. But evidently, that's just around the corner, just around the bend.
Yeah, I think they did clone them. Either that or what did they clone? I think it was the dire wolves.
Well, that's this company that is acquiring all these different biogenetics and engineering companies. We can only hope Kanye West clones himself if we do things absolutely right.
Yeah.
So tonight, let's close out with the Spurs are going to have a back-to-backer. We've got one tonight, bringing in a Rocket team. They're going to get the fancy floor tonight. We'll get the debut of the Emirates Cup floor in the Emirates Cup uniform. So there is a slight ripple in the force that is hope that De'Aaron Fox plays. Let's hope he does. I don't think that there is a desperate need. I don't think the end of the world happens if they lose 3 straight games. I think even with De'Aaron, the opportunity to lose this game is pretty high. The Rockets come in extremely hot, and just like we had last game, who's going to guard Luka? I'm going to be interested to see how we defend Kevin Durant, because obviously people are going to buy some tickets to see Wemby get out on Durant. But I do think the easy answer to this is Jeremy Sohan. We didn't get a chance to talk about Jeremy's return, but we did get him back, and he did provide those kind of valuable trash minutes that he's going to be, required to do to get playing time, quite frankly. We also had the debut of Kelly Olynyk, which was offensively, I think there's some there, but defensively, oh my goodness. It was the post defense, the rim defense with Olynyk in last night was, in a word, horrific, terrible, in another word. So guardedly optimistic with De'Aaron Fox. For those of you that play the line, pay close attention to that because it will get tighter. Houston is obviously favors, and I expect that to be. But, with every slump, with every dark night comes the dawn, and that dawn will come tomorrow night with the Pelicans arriving. Pelicans are in absolute disarray. The Spurs already beaten them once. Now they're going to get them at home. I don't know the status of Zion. He's always day-to-day. I don't think that we're going to talk on Monday with a prolonged losing streak. I do think they're going to be a one-win over the weekend kind of team, but I don't expect much tonight. And if we do get some tonight, it will be squarely because Victor Wembanyama has taken on the challenge of going against the other great center in this division, along with Chet. He gets to go up against a solid defender. I mean, Sengun has turned himself into a solid defender and an offensive threat that I do believe hung 40 on Wemby a year or so ago. The challenge, if Wemby accepts the challenge, it will be a surprise to me because I still think he doesn't know where all the double teams are coming. I still don't think he can quite figure out where the defenses are coming, and that's going to be a learning process. And then we'll get together on Monday and figure out how we're going. But I'm all in for the uniforms tonight. As far as tomorrow goes, Tech fan, wake up, enjoy this. This is your chance. You've got it all in front of you. 11 a.m., an early kickoff. You know where everybody's going to be. Jones Stadium up in Lubbock is going to be popping. I think they cover. I think they put it on BYU, at least play them close, and get enough lead to where BYU can't catch up. And Aggies kicking at 2:30 in Missouri. I'm gonna hang my battered Aggie moniker, my battered Aggie hat. I'm gonna hang it on the wall. I think they're gonna.
So what did you wear every time the Aggies just tragically just lost everything?
Well, I burned those shirts. Well, I put them in the
back. Don't exist anymore.
But so this year I've done something different. Instead of going with the tried and true, if you won on that, if the shirt that I wore on Friday, if they wore on Saturday, I keep wearing.
Okay.
I haven't done that this year. I've altered every week, and I'm staying with that.
And there's no more Apple, right? Yeah.
No, it's all gone. But I do think tomorrow, if you're the betting type, the best place for A&M to do what they need to do to put together all facets of a football game, to run the football appropriately, even though Le'Veon probably isn't going to play, to avoid interceptions, to move the football, and more importantly, play defense. It's kind of dialed in for them up in Missouri, up in Springfield, in Columbia, excuse me. I do think that Missouri's better than a lot of people give them credit for, but I think this will be the game, finally, that A&M offers every facet a successful game plan. Run game, defense, pass game, kicking game. Doesn't mean they score 45 points, but I do think they score 35. I don't see how Missouri scores more than 2-3 touchdowns. I think the Aggies cover, and they take this by 14 points. What do you think? Well, save your opinions for a day when I'll be around. And we cannot wait to see you again on Monday, so plan appropriately. It's on your way out the door. If you weren't watching us on YouTube, go do that right now. Go ahead and like and correspond and subscribe and do all those good stuff. In the meantime, keep your powder dry, your eyes to the sky. We'll see you on Monday.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ